There's a new No Prep series starting this year. It's called the World Series of No Prep. It's a point series, but somebody will be crowned king at the end. It is designed to find out who is the baddest motherfucker in No Prep. This series does not endorse the sissy mentality. This series is to prove without bias, with as few restrictions as possible, to find out who is the baddest of the baddest. Do you have what it takes to compete in this series? Go check out World Series of No Prep event page on Facebook for all the details and rules. See you there.
What's up, I can't stand your ass. What's up, everyone? Happy Monday. Abby, what's up? Jason, what's up? How's it going, David? Mel. Oh, man. You ever have one of them homies you just always wondering about? Oh, let me back this up a little bit. I'm kind of close. You always wonder if they're going to be all right or whatever, but you still hang out with them because you love them. Somebody got to take care of them. I ain't talking about Chris this time. Hey, what's up, Nick? Good seeing you this weekend, buddy. Alan, what's up, Bubba? I hope y'all coming up here. I know you're still waiting for your motor, but I hope you guys are coming up August 6th, man. Jeff, how's it going? Ashton, nephew. Oh, yeah. It's too hot to be working them hours. Amanda. Johnny, what's up, brother? Sometimes. Rob from Rhode Island, what's up? So we got just real quick, man. Boost, what's up, buddy? Long time no talk. So I got this one buddy,
What in the fuck?
I'm relaxing.
He's relaxing. It's Tony's birthday, everyone. So everybody tell Tony happy birthday.
What are you, 60 now?
I'm a spring chicken compared to Josh.
Wait, you're not
Hey,
younger
listen.
than me.
Hey,
Are you younger than me?
Listen, I'll be 60 before that Blazer's ever done.
Oh, shit.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, Josh.
Uh-huh. It's all right, man. It's all right. Get them in while you can. So listen.
Is that what you told your last boyfriend?
Everybody do me a favor. Even though clearly he's the biggest jerk on the planet, I still love him. And I even got him a birthday card.
Oh, fuck.
Because I love you, man.
Oh, my God.
Look at that smile. Look at that smirk. He can't wait. He can't wait for his tonsils to be better. What happened? Did you just turn? You didn't just turn that off, did you?
Don't that hot tub got like Wi-Fi connection?
No shit, man.
It's connected. Maybe I'm too far away. I don't know.
Oh my God. So yeah, you got your birthday card, buddy. Everybody over here to OGR loves you. Happy birthday.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it.
Hope your tonsils feel better soon.
I'll send nudes later.
Are you nude now?
Well, yeah.
Is Rob in there with you?
No, Rob's not here. He left as soon as I pulled my shorts off.
I don't blame him.
You're the one who told me to get in here and get on.
God.
All right, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, bud.
Get back to relaxing.
Yeah. I took the day off work. I've never taken the day off work for my birthday.
That's not what everybody that works for you says. They say every day's a day off with you.
No. No, I went in and I was like, you know what? Screw this. Like, it was already starting out to be bad, so I just left. Come home.
Yeah, it's your birthday. You can do that every once in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, you can. I can't. I can't afford to miss any days, but
Shit, if I had your money, I could burn mine.
if you had my money, you could go half on a slider with someone.
Oh shit. Well, now I understand what's taking so long.
Yeah. Some of us don't have big money, buddy. I'm over here recycling aluminum cans and stuff to get the blazer done.
Borrow off of Chris. Chris has plenty of it.
Uh-huh.
I gotta work three jobs just to afford my own self.
3 jobs. That's just to feed your own self. There's a difference.
That too. That too.
That's the life of a prima donna Chrissy. High maintenance. He's a high maintenance Chrissy.
Yeah, when you got with shrimp and caviar every night.
Oh boy. All right, brother. Get back to relaxing.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
See you, buddy.
I forgot to mail your card, so I just wanted to make sure you got it today.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I'll post it up later and tag you in it.
I'm sure you will. I can't wait until you get banned.
Later, homie.
See you later.
Oh, shit.
You would definitely get banned for that later.
Well, if I do it here,
100%.
if I do it here, I won't get banned because the alt won't get banned because the alt don't have no criminal history.
Oh.
But once the alt gets a criminal history, I won't even chance little stupid stuff like that. Sherm Baker in the house, flying. Saturday had some problems, but coming around. Robert Smith. Scott, what's up, buddy? No, Henry, Tony never did get any leads on his blazer, unfortunately. So hopefully somebody sees it out there one day. They don't even have to tell the police. They can just PM me where it's at. Shayna, I hope you're feeling better. I didn't get to hang out with you Saturday. I was bumming about that. Missed you even though you were there. My man John hanging out with us.
Yes, he was.
Was having a good time. John, I need you to PM me after this. I got something for the little homie. So I need to get an address for you or for him. I know you're working away, but I need an address for him. However that works out.
Oh man. Hi, Chris. Hi, Sherm. Sorry.
How the hell you gonna say hi to yourself?
I don't know.
You just Ron Burgundy.
I know. I'm so messed. I'm a mess today. I feel like absolute garbage. I think I'm sick. That's the first and foremost thing. I've been sick for like 3 days.
Oh, you better not have the Rona, motherfucker.
Today's been bad. Like I've been like super tired. So like bear with me today because it's like at 4:00 I was ready to take a nap. So Oh,
You
God.
guys hear that? Sounds like it's one of these days, doesn't it? Look at that RBF.
You're gonna get that today.
Chris has monkeypox. I bet
Yeah,
he does.
what is that? Is that different from COVID?
Yes. There's monkeypox and COVID are running rampant right now, they say.
What the
I
fuck
won't
is
talk about too much because YouTube will ban you for that shit, but
what's monkeypox? Like I guess I need to go figure this out because I might have it. Who knows? It may have been running rampant with monkeys.
ugh. Yuck. With that 108-degree stuff. What up, Brandon? Are you saying hi to yourself too?
Gonna start a new trend. Everybody just comment and say hi to yourself.
Oh, that's good, Shane. I'm glad you're not. I'm glad you don't got the C word. I agree, Zachary. It absolutely is. So, man, I've been busting ass on the Blazer. All day Friday, I was busting ass. Saturday, I was busting ass. And then freaking 10 p.m. me how it went today, man. Obviously, it went good, but I didn't get a follow up on your appointment you had today. He's at 108 degrees in the shade. Oof. You
Apparently,
got
I've already
it.
been there, done that.
You're probably monkey zero, ground zero monkey. Then
I'm the culprit. I am the monkey. Sorry. Okay, I'm done. My bad.
Thanks, Boost. Appreciate that, brother. I'm working on it, man. Let me see. I'll pull it up for everybody else that hasn't seen it.
I would have melted at Dig or Die, so I'm actually pretty happy that it didn't go.
Yeah. No, I'm getting ready for the next one. I'm getting the Blazer ready for the next one. I got wait, that's not what I wanted to do. Share screen. So one of the things I finally got all the crap and stuff and junk on was finished up on was the long travel suspension. So you can see from here to there, we got a little bit of travel. Best in the biz, old Brandon, old Low Dollar Motorsports there. Going to tell us what we're doing, when we're doing it, how we're doing it. Some, I had a lot of help with that. Asked a lot of people a lot of questions. No. I'm firing it up this weekend, buddy. It'll be ready. It'll be ready to go. Well, I mean, come on, man. Look, the damn tie rods aren't even hooked up. You got a little swivel there, but we'll get it all sorted out. But it worked out. I mean, I had a lot of help. Jeff Thomas Race Service, bugged that dude all the time. Nick Taylor bugged his ass a lot too. And finally got just everything just perfect.
Good,
that done. What's that?
Everybody's calling you out.
Calling me out?
Yeah, for your own event.
Oh, at Uncaged? Oh, I don't. This guy. Look at this guy. And this guy. I won't race my own race, but I will grudge race. I won't enter my own race, but I'll grudge race you guys. If it's running worth a shit, I will grudge race both of you, without a doubt.
After you're eliminated.
Yes, after you two are eliminated. Absolutely.
Gotta put rules out there just so that there's no gray areas.
Yeah, no. And another thing, I've been getting asked about call outs. Yes, we do call outs. We already have one first round call out. I got several other people are asking about call outs, but I'm only approved legitimate call outs. We're not doing any buddy call outs or any pro mod versus daily driver call outs so somebody can get data. If two badass race cars aren't pulling up in the lanes to race each other for real, you're just going to have to draw like everyone else. I don't want any of that controversy. And frankly, every time I'm standing at the starting line when something like that happens, everybody at the starting line that's paid their good hard money to go and watch that race bitches and complains about it. Nobody ever wants to see that. So, yep, legitimate call outs only. What do you think about that, Chris? I've already gotten some flack about that, but I just think that's the right thing to do.
I won't do call outs anymore because of that. Simple as that.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta be honest, real call outs. Let's just have some fun. So starting on the 10 work also, if you don't follow the Toxic page, here's a couple shots of the, getting all my perimeter tabs set up I love these things from 10 Soldiers. Race cars, you can buy them online. They're only $26 a piece. Ask me how I know, because I keep buying them because I keep adding them everywhere. But look how easy that my 10 work's going to be to do. Once I set that perimeter in there, and it's going to look so cool and sexy. Those rails are amazing. I love them. So cheap and easy. Oh, wait, I didn't want to show you guys that one. Too much info there. Sharing too much info. I'm just kidding. I don't care.
Secret squirrel stuff.
I was going to be all super secret about it, but I'm not even now. Whatever. I agree with that mentality too. We could do no call outs, but I do like call outs, man. Legitimate call outs of people who want to race and have fun, or somebody's got beef. That I like legitimate call outs. I just don't like the bullshit ones. Yep, pay at the gate, and then you'll go to the stripper glitter booth tent to pay your entry fee. Nice looking pro mod. Richard, you got your damn nerve. Yeah. See, speak of the devil. We was just talking about you, brother. Well, you know.
What's up, butt fucker?
Oh. Damn. That's one of them. I got a few regrets in life, and that's one of them. I should have never shared that video and said it was him. It turning into that sticker makes me feel bad. Sorry, Jeff. Oh, I'm sorry, brother. What
are you doing?
Reading the comments. 4 wide on my mower, heads up. Just want my long cut. I'll flashlight start. I'll pay like $20 each. That ain't half bad idea. Mine's a true street car too, buddy. It's got the VIN tag and stock wheelbase, and they'll be insured and have tags. So got a lot going on. What the heck? Why don't I see in the comments? I see all of you on here. Caitlin Ward.
What's up,
Matt,
Ted?
John. Ted.
Mr. Ted Gibson.
I don't know what the heck I can't see all the comments for, but anyhow, so that was a good, exciting, some good, exciting action this weekend. I should have stayed my ass home, but you know how it goes. The problem is Chris talks shit and he texts me stuff like I'm a wimp and I'm a sissy and that I don't love you guys anymore. So then I have to show up.
That's a nice way to put it.
Me on your face. But that is a nice way to put it. Ted, thanks for the stars. Somebody else sent stars earlier, but now I can see the comments for some reason. Thank you for the stars. But I'm glad that Pro Mod Josh, jeez. I'm going to stop sharing pics now. Call it grass days. But I'm glad I went, man. I had fun. I always have fun. I had a blast. I got some help from my little homie James doing a live feed. And then I met a little dude, Gunner, from Lancaster. And if you're watching Gunner, I like that when you grow up, you're going to want an S10. Just saying. You got good taste, kid. Playing security. What the heck? We're just starting trouble again, Robert.
Everybody kept knocking his live cam over on the starting line.
Oh boy.
Like multiple times on Friday.
Yeah, it gets rowdy. And I see you got a nice Sony up there now. So that ain't cheap. Who's the baddest mofo coming to Uncaged? It's a good question. I got quite a few people saying they're coming, so I got people coming from Oklahoma, California, Utah, Texas. Got some Carolina guys say they're coming. Some Georgia guys, Alabama guys, sorry. Tennessee. I mean, I got people from all over the country talking about coming. I don't even understand it. How crazy this thing seems to have gotten, but let's roll with it. Ohio needs to be. I mean, we're nice and centrally located for one, and we can handle some gangster races. So I'm all about it. Let's get it. But if the Blazers are there, that's the baddest one, and I'll call you out first round, Tony. What else we got? Run it down. We got M.A.K guys coming on here in a few minutes. Run down your what was it? Ohio versus Indiana. Who's your no prep? Jesus.
I'm like, what are you trying to say here?
I know I'm babbling. So we had who'd you have? You had well, that was kind of you were the one doing that deal, so I wasn't paying much attention.
I was just there for moral support.
I know there's somebody from Pennsylvania that I need to ban because they're going to be running their jibs here in about 3 seconds. But congratulations to Bob Martre on his win. Did a hell of a good job. I had Andrew Davis, one hard tire.
That small tire car is flying.
See, here we go. Starting up already, these damn Pennsylvania guys. There's one of them. Now, all props, because I remember what that car was last year. And to be honest, last year, the car was kind of fast and super sexy. But now it's really fast and super sexy. Bob's flying. All respect to you guys for everybody that's helped him get there and all the work that you guys done. It's definitely paid off.
Yeah, it was. He won, and that's his second. He's came off his second win. I mean, it's 2 wins in a row from him from over here.
Yeah, Ohio. How you gonna let PA come to Ohio and win twice? Just saying. I mean, I like Bob and all, but
He's
you
a
just got
super nice dude.
But you just got to throw that thing on the trailer and get your ass in gear. Everybody misses you too. See, here's another one of those pesky PA guys. PA will do it again. I tell you. So we're going to have a great time at Uncaged. Yes, sir. Todd, definitely come check it out. But I'm... Oh, man. Wait, what? Now we got Canada in the mix. Canada's going to come to it.
Alex, you coming? You coming next weekend?
Canada, listen, that money's staying in Ohio, I promise all of you. Some of the Ohio gangsters showing up, real deal street racers, they're going to know how to get down this backwards deal. That money's staying in Ohio. So the Ohio versus Indiana deal was nice. So what do you have? The hard tire went to damn it,
Andrew with the Jeep.
With the Jeep, which he's Indiana, right?
Yes.
So the hard tire money went back to Indiana. Small tire money went to Pennsylvania. And
King of the Cornfield went to Indiana.
What the hell?
I know, right? Oh, boy.
You know what? I think we're going to do. I think I'm going to try and make this happen because I've already talked about it in private. But you know what we're going to do? Maybe we need to make the board like what's his name did without all the scam artistry around it, though. So everybody can pick their favorite racer and have big pot. I think we're going to have to figure that one out, like they did for the North versus South at Muncie. We got. Oh, yep, there you go. Team Ohio Grudge Racing won 2 classes and was runner-up in the 3rd class for the Power Wheels. I gotta get my list here on that. 12-volt stock was Adele Robinson. 12-volt modified Adele Robinson. And she was runner-up in the 24-volt modified. 24-volt modified winner was, hope I don't butcher this, Evie Bauer. And she's a little cutie. They're all over. Look at them. They're so cute. How could you not be all warm and fuzzy inside? So we got Power Wheels coming to Uncaged also. That'd be a good time. Indiana has been putting in some work, Todd. I don't begrudge those guys anything. As soon as they'll be on here shortly to talk about Dig or Die. Probably. No, I haven't. Not much. A little bit, but not enough. So we got, what about Big Tire? Yeah, we got Big Tire Uncaged. So, yeah, Ohio. What the hell, man? We can't be doing any more of these state races and not winning.
Well, we did sure make it. We did at least have one Ohio make it to the finals. So
Sherm's done a lot of work this year, man, and it shows on this truck. And I think it kind of seems like maybe they're kind of finally like to the end of all the little bugs and stuff. And I think we're going to see some really good stuff out of Sherm once he starts being able to make full passes. It's a very good question, Matt. Also, though, you kind of can't say just Finsler because they are a team. They work together as a team. You know, they share data, they share tips and tricks, and they give each other feedback as one makes a pass. They're immediately running back and telling the others. And, it's definitely a group effort, and they have an amazing thing going, and it shows every time they go to a race. They're fucking killing it. If they're not winning, they're in the finals. And it's not just, they go 3, 4, 5, 6 cars deep, whatever. But, majority of them aren't going out first round either. So, but we'll get into that here in just a minute. We got a couple of them coming on.
yeah, thanks for everybody for coming out Saturday. It's a good time. Made fun. Had a little bit of rain there for a bit, and watched a tree get struck by lightning and then catch a electrical line on fire early in the day.
I missed that.
You definitely missed that. That was fun to watch. It was a good time.
Was that the pine tree out by the gate?
Yeah, no. It's actually by the shack where you enter the track.
Or yeah, the shack. Yeah, it was like the tip of it was almost in the road there coming in. I saw that on the way out. Didn't notice it on the way in somehow.
Yeah, it was I was up in the tower. I was actually on the phone with Mike because Mike was calling me, and he's like, I'm about to get blown off the road. And I said, Mike, what's up, Limpy? I said,
brother?
I said, you ain't gonna believe this. I said, there's a tree on fire and there's a power line on fire. I said, you guys see this shit. And I'm yelling down the stairs at Ange. I said, call the fire department. The tree's on fire. I'm like, oh God, please. I said, please don't start this to where we ain't gonna have power tonight. But luckily it was a main line that goes across the track and it didn't affect anything.
Well, that's good.
So
that good turnout. How many cars? Small tire was what?
I believe it was either 26 or 28.
I think it was 28. Yeah,
it was a good showing.
A good turnout in small tire. Hard tire was 9 or 10.
I believe. I don't exactly know. I know King of the Cornfield. I think there were 6 or 8.
That sounds right. But
no, it's a good time, definitely. We had couple altercations there. The first, second pair out, that beautiful Maverick ended up getting loose and hitting the wall and tore up the right side of that car pretty bad. And then we had somebody leak coolant on the track, and then we had somebody leak. I don't even know what kind of grease it was, but it wasn't good. That was probably our longest cleanup that we had.
Yeah, it wasn't bad overall, though.
No. Thanks, Dusty. Appreciate that. But
don't encourage him, Dusty.
Come on now.
Come on, people. We only got 3 rules. So we got.
I know some guys were confused about my flagging and stuff like that, but before the race happened, and they didn't really do a driver's meeting to really tell anybody what was going to happen, which, that's their thing. It is what it is. But I think everybody pretty much got this grip of what happened or how I do it. So.
Yeah, it was good seeing you too, brother.
You too, sure.
I don't know where that little sissy is. So we got, it was a good time. Got out of there a little late, but it was worth it. Sadly, in the finals, Sherm broke in the semis and tried like hell to make a pass in the finals, but broke about halfway down again. So, it's that sucked. But like I said, I know that he'll be out here soon and have all those little bugs and kinks worked out. Yes, Tony, give me 1 second.
No, it's broke. Sorry. The video is broke.
Yeah. It's your birthday, Tony. It's your birthday, Tony. You can get that twice. I know you like to see him polish his ass.
That video again. God. Oh man. Oh God, I'm too sick to laugh like this. Oh God.
So I haven't had a chance to see any footage yet, but I know there's a couple videos out for Midnight Madness down at KD. Homie Caleb Miller switched to smalls not too long ago, and it's starting to pay off for me. Won small tire down there Saturday. And I don't know. Alex brought this up, but I think he might be right that Caleb's probably the only person that's won big tire and both big and small tire at Midnight Madness. So that's pretty impressive. Hard tire. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say he's got that place figured out.
Yeah, he does. And now, guys, he's getting that Camaro figured out on smalls. He's definitely gonna be a threat. Hard tire killer Jeff Dean. He got another win down there. Then we got Pro Mod Drummond winning the radial class. Jordan doing a great job with that car, man. It's working nice. Truck class was Jonathan Kissinger. And then big tire, my man Doug Spalding. Doug, where in the hell have you been, brother? I haven't seen you for, I don't even think he was out last year, was he?
I don't think so.
Last year?
It's been a bit.
Yeah. And then you sneak down to KD on us? Bro. Miss you, man. I love seeing you guys out. Hope your dad's doing good. I always have a great time with those guys.
Mudby, come on, dude. Come on.
We don't have any standards. You know this.
Yeah. Come on. Come on.
I know when I saw it on the list, I was like, holy shit. And then it made me a little sad. I got to admit, it made me a little sad thinking about how long it's been since I've seen those guys, man. They're a great family. you know, their whole family's great, and it's always a pleasure hanging out with them, man. Nobody but you, buddy. Yeah, Jordan, I saw the video, man. You got that. That thing's a monster, man. I can't. I'll be happy to see you guys get that thing working real good. So we got Hodson's running a few minutes late. If you can believe that. The M.A.K guys aren't on time. But so what's coming up this weekend? Me, I'll be in the barn. Hopefully I can get this thing to a point where I can fire it up this weekend. That's the goal. Bust ass all week, and then this weekend, hopefully I can get the final shit on it and fire it up. I know what is there anything in Ohio? I don't think there is.
No, we threw a last minute test and tune on Saturday at M.A.K. So there was a couple guys that reached out after Saturday and wanted to do some testing up for upcoming, actually for your race. So we're going to do a little bit of that Saturday afternoon, Saturday night.
Excuse me.
Gates be open around 5. They're doing a gambler's race and a ladies race earlier in the day, and then the no prep stuff will be after that's over. And it will be we'll do a shootout if anybody wants to. It'll be cheap. It's going to be basically a run what you brung class, and that's it. Pay out whatever you guys want to pay out, down, up. Somebody gets all, don't care, whatever. And just as a good learning experience, because, you know, some of these guys that's never ever done it before, it's a good chance to try it. And if you're struggling and can't figure stuff out, we'll be there to help you. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's going to be just a giant help session too. Help somebody out.
Should be smart, because uncaged backwards race is not like these front side track races. You're gonna have to drive the damn thing, and you're gonna have to tune it. You're not gonna be able to just get out on kill because the track comes around after a few passes.
Yep. But it's just a 25 tech card, $5 for spectators, simple, cheap. Buying will be like $50 for the shootout. It'll be a quick shootout. All flag. We're going to use timing. We're going to use the tree and the timing system, but the boards won't be on. We're going to basically do old school like we used to. So that way, I don't have to worry about a finish line guy and stuff, and you'll get a win night if you win. So pretty simple night. But come out and test. Need to figure shit out? Come out and test, and we'll if you have questions, you want help, you want answers, like, we'll help you. That's all this is for. This is just a giant help session, just for if you're, if you can't figure something out, you need to do this, you need to do that, like big changes and stuff. That's what we're here for. We just want to help everybody. I don't care who you are. There ain't a lot of people that ultimately give up their time to do something like that, but that's the kind of people that we are at the end of the day.
How can I not bring these big smiles on right this second?
Wow.
We're laughing at you. You just look like you're looking at butterflies flying around up there.
I am. I'm searching for videos. Here's the final at KD. Caleb Miller.
Where's the other car at?
That's what I was just about to ask.
What happened with the other card? Well, you know,
That looked fast as fuck, though.
yeah, Caleb's got that thing coming around. Bumpers like 'cause he's counting all the money.
We're going to need you to read all that stuff because we're on Adam's phone.
Yeah,
Somehow his speaker quit working right when it was game time.
on my computer.
Biggest smiles ever.
We got a lot to smile about.
Absolutely. So let me well, let's just get right into it, man. Tell us everything. Tell us all about it. Let's
right.
start at the beginning on your way down and what you
Yeah,
guys
let's
were
start
thinking
on the way
and
down.
your strategy. Oh boy.
On the way down, we decided to eat at this. We thought it was like a Mexican nice hibachi grill place, and it
That'd be
was
Japanese.
Japanese, yeah. Mexican. Either way, same thing. The food was decent. The parking lot sucked. On the way out, it had like a 45-degree like takeoff ramp to get out of the parking lot, and it ripped the shackle mount off the bottom of my trailer for one of the leaf springs. So we're driving, and we go around a curve going through the mountains, and my trailer is moving all over. And I thought, man, that's weird. And Dylan Bodigan called. He goes, "Hey, does your trailer normally dog track like 10 inches?" I said, "No, I don't think so." And we pulled over, and it was ripped off. So we went to a gas station, and Dylan had a welder, grinder, a full-size welder tank. He had everything with him.
Thank God.
So we pulled it all apart, repaired it, made it there, and that was the start of the weekend. Pretty normal.
We did have changes. I had one tire that lost half the tread in the parking lot at that restaurant too. So, the normal traveling shit. It's crazy. We've put some miles on our trailers because we go a lot of places, and it's just nuts the wear and tear on them and like how they don't necessarily last. And they can really be a pain in the ass sometimes driving far. And even though you think you have something that's in pretty decent shape, like it'll find out for you that it's not really that great.
Yeah, especially if you're with Adam.
yeah, they can. I'm definitely not always good for that.
But so we made it down there, and Adam rented a camper for us. So that turned out really nice. Have some relief from the heat because that was the first thing. It was so hot.
Oh, dude, it was 100 degrees and like literally 100% humidity. It was nothing like we see up here ever.
Yeah.
We just started learning about water drains with the methanol thing. Around here, they're normally like 20 to 100. They were 172 there.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah, you'd add twice as much timing in them. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So let's see. Friday, we didn't get down there. We kind of got down there like middle of the day Friday, which is late for us. I like to get there early, get set up and everything. But we got down there, and then you have to like tech in or go and pay your
money, basically.
Yeah, basically just pay your money, and they sign off, and you're good. And they were going to run first round. Ended up with 111 cars, which they were shooting for 200, and if it wasn't for probably the heat and obviously the price of travel right now, I think they would have gotten closer to 200. I mean, they had quite a few pre-registered. It was only like $60 to buy in. That was cool. They made it cheap to buy in, but it was a $500 total buy-in. So it was 60 got you in the door, and then you had to get there and pay the other 440 or whatever. So we got up there, and they did something that was kind of neat that I like the idea of, and maybe it works at some races, maybe it doesn't. But if it was originally supposed to draw East versus the world, so they had all the East cars in a bucket, or basically chip-wise, and then they had another bucket of what the world was going to be, the rest of the cars basically. And they had the way they set up was with if you were, I guess they really didn't run it that way.
We thought it was gonna. They said it was gonna be that way. They changed it into if you showed up with a team or a group of guys from your area, draw out of the same bucket,
right?
And you were guaranteed not to have to race each other first round.
Yeah, because it was so uneven. That's right. Because there was like 100. What was it? There would have been like 60, 70 East cars. it wasn't near 50-50. So yeah, they had all the teams. Like if you brought, like say, more than one guy or whatever, you guys drew out of the same bucket first round, so you didn't have to race each other no matter what, which was really kind of cool.
Nice.
You know, you drive 15 hours or whatever it ends up being, and you draw your buddies. We've all been there and done that. And it kind of sucks, and it just is what it is sometimes. But it was neat that they set it up that way, so we knew at least first round, like we weren't going to draw each other, and we can all get through or get data or get our ass kicked, whatever, but at least it wouldn't be by each other. So that was a pretty neat deal, and it worked out pretty well. It took a while to get 100 people to draw chips. You know, that obviously is a kind of a major undertaking, but
they also did something different this time. They maybe would let 2 or 3 people draw, then they would make you give them a chip and write the name down. So there was potentially a few other times where guys were trading chips.
Yeah, there's been some rumors of that down there in the past, and you hear it even at other races. You know, I mean, it's been known to happen all kinds of places, and it sucks when it does. And Corey does a good job too about, you know, you draw your chip and then they write your name down. So, you know, you still go through the chip drawing process, but you don't get to walk away with that thing and have too much fun with it for very long.
Yeah.
So yeah, they wrote you all down, and I think we all had, like, none of our first rounds were necessarily easy, but you know, Moo had the hardest draw probably. He drew Chicken Hawk.
Yeah.
Rob Tina, or however you say Rob's name. And, you know, I think you guys have had him on here before. Like, Rob's car is fast. It works well most time. They don't allow external weight at Dig or Die, so that's definitely tougher on Rob because he hangs some weight off the back of that thing, and it does help him, I'm sure, get down that track. And so Moo had a tough one there, and luckily for Moo, I guess. I mean, I think he could have ran head to head with Rob.
It would have been close.
Sure. Yeah, it would have been a
on
good
the
race.
big end. Moo's car starts hazing him pretty bad.
Yeah, he's not making too many full passes.
Yeah, who knows what Robert would have done either.
Yeah, Rob coughed on the starting line, you know, nitrous problems or whatnot, and so he kind of basically died out, and Moo got that free pass there. But it was cool. We all made it through first round, which was like always the goal. Anywhere, everywhere, right? You get one round of data, and it kind of makes you get stronger, and you can kind of figure out the rest of the day based on that. So it was neat that we did that.
We'd never raced there in this kind of heat. So that was the other cool thing. We went there with what we thought the cars would handle. We thought we had first round tunes along with everyone else.
Yeah.
And that place slowed down up to half a second
For sure.
compared to its fastest time to what we were running.
Yeah.
The heat really, really changed it. So I think that made it better.
Agreed. Yeah, that's one of those cool things about, you know, some guy, again, I think we've talked about this on here in the past, you know, some guys get they just feel like they don't have a chance. They feel like they haven't tested enough maybe or whatever, or they are outgunned. But these surfaces, these backtrack deals, just when you think you haven't figured out, you find out you don't have them figured out, and there's something about it that's different. And that tune-up that worked last time and went straight down and went fast maybe won't even move the next time. So it made it very interesting, and it leveled the playing field a lot right off the. There was a lot of killers that they got beat out first round because what they had in it was just too hot. I mean, most of the cars, it had to have been 80 or 90% of the cars, you know, lit the tire.
Especially mid-track.
Yes. Yep, for sure. So, you know, Dig or Die, they've done like 7 of them or something. So it's probably comparable. It's not as, let's see, it's kind of like a Mentone, like surface-wise kind of. I mean, it's getting a lot of rubber, though. Their burnout box is only 30 feet behind the starting line. So, like, it's building rubber. So the starting line has gotten pretty decent, similar to like a Milan or something. But after that, it's rough. Yeah, or 42. Yeah, the starting line is probably similar to 42. Also because there's so much rubber down. But
and everybody remembers the video last time of Patches like standing up, power wheeling beside me, probably 80 foot out. I think he did that. Yeah. There was none of that this time. The 60 foot got a little bit better, but probably 80 foot out got worse.
For sure. And it never came around either. Like, it literally just, we brought in our little crew, we had 5 cars, and we had a couple in the front, a couple in the middle, and a couple at the back. You know, there was 55 pairs. And from the 5th pair, which I think I was or something, to TJ that was in the 40s, ET wise and the way it worked, it never got better. It was wild. Yep. Unusual.
That place is an enigma. I've seen it be fast, slow down, and then get fast again. Yeah. And it doesn't seem like it's driver error or whatever. You'll see 5 or 6 passes, a pair go down, and they're like, man, they're flying. And then the next dozen just look horrible.
Yeah, and, it's really crazy. I don't know why it went this way, but even when the sun went down, the 60 got maybe a tenth better if you had your stuff set up right. But then the middle of the track stayed bad or got worse. And then the last, after 500 foot, it would take everything I could give it. So we just started realizing, let's try to 60 with these guys, or at least be close. Mid-track, if we can be with anywhere where they can see us, they're going to scramble. And we knew it was bad. And so we would just ride it out smooth. And then that last 500 feet, give the car everything it had. And that seemed to work.
Yeah. That's one of those things that as we watched the cars all weekend, many of the cars were, again, lighting the tire at the 300 mark or maybe a little before. And so like our big strategy was a few of them could out 60 us and that was fine. But we knew, let's just be patient. Don't jump on the scramble and get all excited and try to get them to do that. And that definitely happened multiple times. It happened against Jarrett, happened against, so
White Trash, I think, gave me a good solid run.
Yeah.
I don't know if he smoked the tire.
Yeah, a little wheel speed.
Jarrett got some smoke, and so did Jake in the finals.
That was the thing, like with Jake and Jarrett both, you guys were like right next to each other, and they got a little worried and grabbed the button, and then you see some smoke.
Too soon, Junior.
Too soon, and then you kind of were able to make a move up and around them, but. It's very tough to sit there and be next to a car. Like it's a turbo car problem. And I'm sure I guess nitrous guys that have multiple kits get in the same boat. You're getting towards the end of the track and you're next to the other car. Your instinct is to just grab more power. And sometimes that works, but a lot of times that's how guys end up losing the race. It's hard to be patient and not jump on that button. But when the track was as bad as it was up there, if you jumped on it too soon, it was game over. We kind of took advantage of that.
Yeah. No, big facts, Billy says, about being strategic.
Yeah. That's why, I mean, we're in a very lucky position that we have the number of cars that we do. And, I mean, that's obviously one thing that helps us do as well as we do when you have this many cars to run that can – damn near run the same ETs with each other at any given time. And when we've raced as much as we have, and we've all made 200 passes this year, at least, for sure, judging by number of slicks we went through, we've made at least 200 passes. We kind of know what our cars will do. And as soon as we get one guy that goes down, we know if it's good or bad and where we can adjust from there. And normally we'll go up there with a couple tune-ups that if we need to make a swap real quick, we can. And, it definitely is a good strategy for us and helps us out a bunch, but it's not easy to do. It's hard to find guys, it's tough to keep that many guys together all the time and keep everybody hungry and after it, but we've been very fortunate so far.
Yeah, no, that's one of the things I've always liked about you guys is the Three Musketeers approach, one for all and all for one, and how diehard you guys are about helping each other. And your new strategy over the past 2 years of everybody having close enough setups that you can share data even in the same round and go make changes is what it takes, clearly, because you did that all weekend, right?
Yeah. Even when we got to the last couple rounds, I'd make a pass. Everybody would gather back up at our pits. We'd look over the data of the car. And I asked every single person there what they thought, and we all collectively decided what to do, and we did that every round. Right down to, Zarek usually records everything for us, but he listens a lot. So even though he doesn't have a car, well, I guess he got it all on film too.
Yeah, he's got all this on film. He's the guy you need to pay off.
But he listens.
He's got all this on film.
He listens. So he knows what to do. So even he was coming back and he'd say, hey, I noticed this on the surface or this. And it took, I said that in the post earlier, it took everybody there to pull off the win. I don't believe you could go and do that on your own at a race like that.
Very difficult. I mean, it does take a lot, the thing about these races too, it takes a lot of luck. And I guess maybe every race is like that. Because most of the time, I know in the backtrack, we all don't know each other's times, but I can about guarantee most of the time, whoever the guy is out there in that whole group of cars that made the fastest pass of the weekend, he's probably not the guy that won. It just works out. Like sometimes the fastest pass doesn't get you. You really have to be able to go every round A to B as fast as you can, and where the track changes. And in this situation where we raced at night the day before, during the middle of the heat the next day, and then we had a little bit of sprinkles, and then it got nighttime again. We really have been trying to focus on also catching the track when it comes around. It's like when you find out, okay, it's getting a little bit better, and how do we get on top of that so that if, we don't want to be too conservative. You go out there and be conservative, you get another guy that's really swinging hard, to knock your ass out real quick.
Yeah, no, I agree, because it has really, over the last 2 years, I'd say even more so, it's really starting to become a game of tenths, just like bracket racing or prep racing.
Yes.
Everybody's starting to get it figured out where the races are getting closer and closer on the guys who are die hard with it, and you learn to capitalize on other people's mistakes.
That's really what it is. And a little luck of the draw sometimes on who you get and when you get them. And I do think people would be shocked if they really knew how close everybody's ETs were in this type of racing. It's not nearly as far apart as I think a lot of people believe. And maybe that's true in front side and stuff too. And guys just don't talk about it much, but the ETs are much, much closer in this backtrack stuff than a lot of people believe. And it just comes down to getting that tune up right, making the right decision that round against that guy. And that's what it is. It's every round making the right decision. And that's how you get through it. Because you don't have a lot of margin for error. Some of these surfaces, there's very little margin for error. And if you slip up just a tad, everybody's ETs are close enough. And you just got to be good on the light. Some guys are way better on the light than others too. And when you're all within a tenth or two, that you can hit that on the light sometimes very easily.
Oh yeah. Robert Smith, Pennywise says Sean is now Shawnee.
I heard that.
What's that story?
I don't know. I just heard him. I don't know if he accidentally called me Shawnee because he just likes me so much or what, but and then he just stuck with it.
Wishful thinking on Robert's part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we appreciate Robert. You appreciate him too doing the live feed. And I think Drag or Die. There's a couple of guys doing the live feed down there, and
they struggled. It was hot.
Oh man,
cameras were shutting off.
Yeah, and it's just cool because we get a lot of everybody at home can't go with us, so you get a lot of people at home, and it's nice that your family and friends and the people that follow you can still watch, and you get a lot of messages during the day, cheering you on and all that kind of stuff. So appreciate the time those guys put into making it happen, so that all of our family and friends can watch too.
Mm-hmm. Also, on that light thing, I make sure I see the flash now. I've already lost in the semis at Dig or Die. I've lost enough races to jumping that my sister-in-law started calling me Jumper Wilson. So, so from here on out, I wait for the flash. And sometimes you can lose a tenth on that. If the other guy puts in a hot tune-up and he decides he's going to guess and he nails it, you got to catch him. It makes it tough, but the light is definitely worth at least a 10.
Yeah. Yep. Another one that's good, like who was it that Kevin Fields kicked both our asses at the Banger a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it's really actually pretty cool because anybody that knows Kevin, he's super old school. Like his S10 is kind of like a similar, I would say, setup to Billy's in a sense where there's not any technology on the truck. It's a lot of just old school stuff. The chassis works the right way. They have way where it needs to be. And man, it's cool to see that can still happen because a lot of guys believe too, if they don't have long travel front shocks and they don't have this sensor and that sensor, and they don't have dump valves, and on and on and on, that they just couldn't win at this kind of racing. But Kevin's a great example of, if you just know how to do all the basic stuff right and how to make the truck or the car work, then you kind of don't really need those things. And they don't hurt. They help when you're really on the edge of.
I think to be consistent, they help.
They definitely do. But you can go out there and kick a couple guys' ass pretty easy by just putting a bunch of power to the ground and the chassis work, and you going A to B.
I enjoyed that race. We were in the mid track, and I thought, you son of a bitch, you did it. He really whipped my ass.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I told you.
It was awesome. I couldn't wait to get back and go congratulate him, because I didn't expect it. I underestimated him, and he really gave me a whooping.
Yeah, he's a great dude. Everybody knows Kevin. He's a good dude. He's got the Hillbilly Hustler truck, for those that don't know his name.
And he's really been after it hard the last 2-3 years, trying to make that leap. And he's
got Guardrail Rob's always helping him out, and a couple of those other guys, and they're always a good time. They're great people, and they love this stuff just like we all do, and it's good to see them do well at it.
Yeah. Alex wants to know, was lane choice at Digger Die a big factor?
I didn't notice any difference from lane to lane.
And that was awesome, because that easily happens a lot of times at a lot of races, and then sometimes it's like an unintentional thing, and sometimes it's poor planning on the track's part or something. But this thing was, both lanes were dead even. I bet it was definitely a 50-50. Didn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a time where it seemed like there was one lane that was significantly worse than the other there.
The only thing you'll see at Dig or Die is if the sun's in the right spot, it's got that line of trees beside the track. So it could potentially shade the right lane a little bit quicker than the left. But it's never really been an issue.
Yeah, where were we at? We were at someplace a couple weeks ago.
Oh, where it was really bad?
Yeah.
Milan. It was like 4 tenths different lane to lane.
Milan was really rough a couple weeks ago, and for us, whatever, it wasn't probably as hard on us because we've done this a little bit more. Maybe we just had a little better lucky tune-ups, but I guess it did catch you first round. It did. Yeah, I forgot. They'd been testing up there for the
JJ.
The Fastest in America's race. Yeah, so they've been testing up there trying to build a team for Detroit to go, and they'd only been testing the right lane,
like 400 passes worth in the right lane.
Oh man.
So you could wheelie in the right, and you'd spin the tire in the left with a lower power tune.
For sure.
That was tough.
For sure. So it does occasionally happen. It sucks when it does, because you never want it to be that high. That's not how you want to win.
Right.
Yeah, Jasper was an unfortunate on that one. He got the winning side of that, and then he got the losing side of that. He's seen both sides, and he knew it. He knew it.
So funny.
He knew it right away that was an unfortunate thing that – he knew if you ended up in the left, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wants to know if you guys are coming down caged.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Yep.
For sure.
We'll be there.
It was going to be a great race last year. You did a great job of setting it all up. I mean, there was a ton of cars. The layouts, very nice, especially for doing backtrack. Dude, we're excited to come there and check it out again. And no monsoons this time.
Fingers crossed, man.
Yeah.
No, we were talking about that earlier. I got people from California, Oklahoma. I got people from all over that want to come and come back.
Yeah.
So it's like, you guys know the deal. It's a lot of pressure.
Dude, it's tough, man.
Live up to those expectations.
Yeah.
But I think we'll have a good time.
Yeah. It's a lot funner going to somebody else's race than doing your own. It's way more stressful putting on your own race and racing it and having to worry about it, right? I would so much rather go to your guys' race and do it. Then we can actually focus on, or I can focus on trying to do something good instead of just keep things rolling over there.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll be bringing 5 or 6 or 10 cars. I don't know. We'll be all loaded up with them.
Kind of back to that lane fucked deal. Alex was saying he was asking because of Milan. That left lane at Milan always, though.
That's Canadian, Alex.
If one of them goes bad, it always seems like it's that one. It always seems like it's that left side for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. It does.
No, if you have like
for years,
a tenth of a second lane to lane on a no prep, I think would be pretty common. But you start getting much more than that, pretty noticeable.
Yeah.
But the race went smooth, didn't it? I mean, they had the one night, there was a curfew that the track owner had of like midnight, and we got to the finals or real close to it at midnight, and they were talking about they were going to shut it down.
Yeah, it was semis for sure when it was started to talk
And
about it.
luckily, he gave them another hour. I don't know what the whole deal with that was, but we finished, right at about 11 or 12:50.
Yeah, and that's kind of why on Big Tire and Second Chance, Austin was lucky enough he made it to the finals of both of those, but they ended up having to split in both because after they ran the small tire finals, it was done.
So what was the deal with that, it being done?
I say apparently their agreement was, and it seemed like it was the ambulance was part of the deal. They couldn't stay for whatever reason past midnight, so they had to get it done by then. When midnight came around, we were still at
quarters.
7. It was like quarters or something, and they went and did a little smooth. And the track owner was kind of worked up most of the day. I mean, that's an NHRA track, and those guys are used to running very, I'm sure, structured programs. I mean, I get this with Scott too, because they're bracket racers. They run very structured programs on a timeline where they want cars going down the track and they want things moving, and you get done and you go home and you get in this dig or die atmosphere or any of the it's just a no prep thing. And it really in the South, it seems I like it better, but they get very relaxed. And so you get going and, you tell people, all right, 15 minutes. And then about, 40 minutes later, they all make it up to the lanes. And that's kind of what was happening during the day. And by the end of the night, the track owner was pretty pissed off. He was starting to get a little grumpy with people. And so they did talk him into going at least another hour, and they allowed the ambulance to stay another hour. And that was literally just enough time to get small tire done. Part of the problem probably was too, they ran Big Tire and they let small tire cars in Big Tire on a small tire, which, well, I don't understand. It really doesn't make sense because I've been preaching forever. Believe it or not, the small tire cars on most of this type of surface are faster than the big tire cars. And
absolutely.
I think they maybe had 30-ish cars or in the mid-20s. And, of course, it comes down to 2 small tire cars. And I think other than maybe one big tire car that was kind of fast, or maybe 1 or 2, they all got their ass kicked by small tire guys. It just happens. And just none of them are really set up to do backtrack. Right. Most of your big tire guys are just, they don't do back. They either did bracket racing back in the day or whatever, and they're just wanting to come out and have a good time. And then now they're kind of getting picked on by small tire guys. And so I think that's why they weren't really as concerned about running them guys out either or whatever. And what ended up happening is, Austin was in both of them. Jake Boswell, who Sean raced in the finals, was the other guy in the finals of Big Tire. So you basically, once we had started getting down to the semis and stuff, you had guys that were in both classes. Yeah. And how are you going to finish it out when he's got to make a run and, nobody wants to hot lap it back, even though that should be expected.
But you should get your 15 minutes at least.
Of course. But when you have to do that for 3 or 4 rounds with multiple cars, it kind of slows the program down a little bit. So I think they still made out, Austin made out pretty good for the weekend. Being in the finals of both those classes paid out pretty damn good.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
We considered running both, but the extra stress it puts on you, it's twice as much wear and tear on the tires. Yeah. And we just didn't see the benefit of running both and dealing with it.
I think there probably is times, and, we tried it, and we didn't know if it would have been a total benefit or not, but after it was all said and done, it definitely was not. Because what we saw was during the day, once it got to a certain point, the front end got a little bit better, but the track never just, the switch never just flipped on it. Right. Like Milan sometimes will flip. It'll just go from it's not very good to bam, that bitch is on kill. It never got there, dig or die. So all these guys that made, pass after pass almost were getting 2 passes around. They really weren't getting much out of it because the cars weren't going any faster. You weren't able to do any more than you had just did, other than all you're doing is in 100-degree heat. It's just warming everything up. And with minimal cool down time. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
That's why we have our uncaged is you have to be on the appropriate tire for the class.
Yeah. I think that's the way it should be. To me, you're never going to grow big tire without doing that because those guys are going to have to they need to figure it out on their level of playing field. And if they got one killer in there that's figured it out with a big tire, then so be it. But to have, 15 small tire guys come in there that can all, go really pretty fast on it, I can see where big tire guys would be interested in doing that.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make sense.
And it's not fair for the other small tire guys who can't afford or don't want to run.
Agreed.
Double data, Because
the buy-in was pretty stout still. It was like $300 maybe. I mean, our small tire buy-in was $500. So like I said, I mean, it's an expensive deal for the guys that did double enter into it.
Yeah. Yeah. But, good job. Indiana guys killed it. Took all that money back.
I mean, when you look at it, I guess that's totally true. We brought back all the small tire money. We literally brought back half the second chance money and half the big tire money. And basically all that. And in reality, I guess all of it came right back to our group anyway. So
I
think it shows a lot of hard work put in by everybody to really do whatever it takes to figure out this kind of a surface and get down.
I was more excited about the Wally than I was the money.
I don't know. I wasn't at first. It is really cool, but when they were trying to use the Wally as like a $20,000 like deal of let's split the money out and you get in the Wally, so maybe maybe with seventh place you get $10,000 now because you got a Wally. We did
go up there
kind of value
when we were down to 7. They were going to do an 8-way split. We got down to 7. And everybody's up there discussing the split. It was like, I don't know, $64,000, $65,000 or something. And multiple guys were like, we should just do an even 7 ways. I said, look, man, I've screwed up here twice. There's a pretty good chance I'm going to screw up. But I still think first and second deserves to be rewarded for getting first and second place.
Absolutely.
For sure.
So luckily, after 15 minutes of arguing with them, Kenson finally just said, okay, how about 32,000 to first, 10,000 to second, and then we split up the rest between the other 5 guys, which ended up being $4 or $5 grand each or something like that.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's always a winner.
It's always one of those situations. Funny because we've been on both sides of it where we were the guy that's either new to it or was getting our ass kicked. We're not very good. We probably shouldn't have been in the final of whatever. And it's time to start splitting up money. You shouldn't be there, but you're there and you're like, hey, let's just, we split it out, let's do it that way. Cause you're getting your ass kicked. So you're just trying to get as much as you can. And then now you're the guy that's maybe on the other side of the coin a little bit where you feel some confidence, you've got some things figured out. You think you can win it like no matter what, but you never want to have that attitude of screw all the rest of them because I can win it and I don't want to share the money because
I never thought I could win it no matter what. I thought I'd fuck up.
Stuff does happen and karma's a bitch. And if you go in there with a greedy attitude and you don't like, you don't want to help look out for your fellow racers a little bit and share some of that, then you might get your butt bit and you might have nothing.
The Wally's under my pillow right now.
There is another Wally race August 20th at Milan. You guys going up there for that?
Yeah. Adam's going to get that one if that's okay.
Boo. If Toxic's running, it's not okay.
Dude,
I'll fire that thing up this weekend.
Hell yeah, badass. There's a video. Look at that. What's that thumbs down all about? Are you missing his race for that or something?
No, I haven't raced, unfortunately.
What race do you
have? I mean, a race that Michigan decides to throw on top of every other race we do.
You've really had a tough draw this time, dude. I think it's basically they don't like your flagging style and they're trying to get you out.
Fuck them.
Jasper said it's not okay if Adam wins the Wally.
Who said that?
Jasper thinks he's
Jasper did.
I think Jasper thinks he's going to win it, but it's coming home with Daddy.
Which race is that?
That's Milan in another month.
Oh, okay.
August 20th. PYOP.
Okay.
There's a video, and someone sent it to me yesterday, and I've been so busy trying to catch up today, I haven't posted it. But they took a video of somebody. Gosh, who was it? Might have been Corey. Even had a video of first round, I think, with the truck. And it was first round because I raced Manny Boost, and his crew dude is sitting next to his car, getting ready to film the back tire of it so they can see what it does. And the truck hits a two-step and pops, and he like jumps and falls so hard it like blew him over. Dude, I can't wait to share it. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen. I mean, it scares a lot of people. It literally knocks him down the rest of the legs. He's like kneeled over, like getting ready to do that video, and that fucker popped, and he's just like, just falls over, and he's trying to collect himself real quick, and then they drop the light. But it was super funny.
We've messed with him. We keep hassling him about it. He keeps trying to make it go away, and it gets louder every time.
I try to stop it, it gets worse. I just let it go now.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it's gotten me a couple times. It's one of the freaking. It is, and it's weird because it'll go pop, 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 bam, and you're like, you hear the few little leading up to it, and you're like, all right, and then you're mother.
You've gotten everybody now because last year your truck didn't do that, and everybody's like, his truck doesn't do this now, and now everybody's like, expecting like, not to pop, and then pop, and they're like, oh. I watched the live feed when you raced him, and you scared the entire right side of the freaking property.
Oh, it's so funny. It kills me, man. I love watching the videos of people freaking out on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it does. Everyone on the starting line jumped and lost their souls.
Yeah, I guess if you can't win, you got to do other shit like that to amuse them.
The race I want to see is Gap Train versus Billy the Kid.
Yeah, for sure. Sure. We definitely should make that happen. Regardless, whether it's in rounds or we do some exhibition stuff, we should definitely do that at the next track we're at together.
Have you guys raced truck versus truck?
We never have yet.
Yeah.
I think they need to be third pair down and uncaged.
I'm up for that.
Who's 1 and 2?
Ooh. We got Cody Myers and Sean Gamble are the first pair down. I have like 1,000 people who want to be the second pair down, but they got shrivelly little raisins.
Oh, let's go down second pair. I would do that with Billy if he wanted to.
Damn.
Oof. I don't know if Billy's still on here. Somebody. Oh, there you go. They're already tagging him. But that would be a great place for that race. Can I tell you guys about the time that I lost money on a race? Adam versus Billy.
Oh shit!
Here's how it pretty much went. Billy leaves, and I can't remember who it was, but somebody literally was banging on the windshield and had okay.
Yeah. Can't remember which excuse I had for that one, but it's not good. I think Billy's whooped my ass a couple times at least, so I owe him one, but he's so tough to beat. I mean, he's a good racer. He's really good on the light. You know, that truck obviously works. It doesn't necessarily, I know he hasn't been on backtrack stuff as much as we have, so maybe I got a little advantage there I can, use, but either way, it's fun. It's just fun to race fast people, Like second round, I had a tough draw second round at Dig or Die. I had Jarrett, Bradshaw, Willie Dynamite. I mean, it's a fast car, and I was extremely excited to be able to race him that early. For one, it's good for me because he's got less data, and he's a little bit less than me, a little bit lighter, and he's really good though. And I wanted to, try to see where I stood with that kind of a car. So it's always fun to race the fast guys and see where you stand. And every time I have to race this dick face, he walks around me at the end at least. But at some point, I'm going to get him. But we're just waiting on it to happen. Yep. But until then, I'm just going to keep trying.
Yes, and it cost me money, and I had to wear an SRC shirt for the rest of the event. Those are some
rough times back then. Yeah, those are some rough times. That was a lot of bets on that one.
And I don't blame them. And I learned something because I'll do somebody like this one day. Those motherfuckers only brought one shirt. They asked me what my size was, and they only brought one shirt with them that was fucking too small. This was all we had.
Yeah, sure it was. I would have done the same thing.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, extra small. There you go.
Man, I lost my money and my pride.
Yeah.
I think one of the locals hit on me in the bathroom. You look good in that tight shirt, boy.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It can get like that down there, I think. For sure.
Oh, shit.
But I'm good. If Billy ends up being good with it, I'm good with it. Lock it in. We'll do that.
I don't know if he's...
It's fun for the people to watch. It's fun to be a part of racing that way. You know, whatever it takes to get the crowd there. It's good for good for you. It's good for us.
Text Billy and tell him to get on here. See if he wants this call out.
You know, we split the money up. So as much as I want to carry my own weight, I also want to just, I like racing other guys that go fast and seeing where we stand. But and I'll get that early data so the rest of these guys know what's going on. So go ahead and give me that number 2. It's a win-win either way for us.
Be great to see. It'd be fantastic to see M.A.K team down at Wilkesboro Dragway.
Which one is that? Is that a front side? Is that a front side deal? I feel like.
Also, is it in the summer? Because I am not going back down there in the summer.
Dude, how do those people live down there? Sunday was even worse. When we got up Sunday morning and tried to go outside, like it's 7, 8 in the morning in the shade and you're sweating to death. You're just breathing. Breathing forces you to sweat. It's not good. I like visiting there in March and December. Way nicer.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, this July stuff down there sucks. It ain't good.
I thought it was a bad idea, and we got there, and I knew it was a bad idea.
Well, then after we won that money, it was kind of dark. It ain't too bad.
The only thing that kept me from really – there's only a few things that make me aggravated, and heat's one of them. But I kept thinking, well, it's playing into our hand because we definitely do better on that surface than we do when it gets real tight.
For sure.
So it probably helped us out that it stayed that hot.
Guaranteed. Because, when that's really kind of the thing, too, is as soon as the surface starts getting better, all the things that we use that are to our advantage, a lot of the strategy, it kind of goes out the window a little bit, because if the track gets good, then you don't need nearly as much data and whatnot to go fast down it. So the worse it is, the greasier it is, it definitely is a good thing for us.
Mm-hmm.
You still want to do drag and drive events, Adam?
I do. And it's so hard, like with the truck anyways right now, it's so hard to like change it into that situation. Chassis wise, it's a completely different deal. It's hard for that thing, even with the weight out of the back, to not try to like flip over all the time. I drive it a lot, like around here. Like I like driving it, and it's got 20-gallon tank. So even with M5 on it, I can go some distance. So I enjoy driving it around, and I've been leaving the passenger seat in it now. I was giving kids rides at the Mentone airport in it, but I just leave the passenger seat in it. And we've done 7 or 8 of them. So not that we don't have like something to prove in a way, but like the drag and drive stuff to me at the end of the day it's kind of something you prove to yourself, that you can build something and go out there and do it. And then when it gets really fun and shit breaks and you're stuck on the side of the road at 2 a.m. and those kind of deals, like that's proven again to yourself that you don't give up and you'll do whatever it takes to make it happen. We've done that a bunch of times, even though we didn't necessarily want to have those problems and prove all that shit to ourselves. All those times we've been able to do that. And to me, that's kind of like, that's a challenge that I like to have, but
I got enough problems.
Yeah.
I don't need to be causing my own.
We had to fix
I don't have any interest at all. The trailer braking was enough drag and drive for me for my life.
Oh my gosh. Travis and I were giving him a hard time because we were sitting there in the, broke in a gas station parking lot, welding some shit up, fixing his leaf spring deal. And he said, Travis maybe asked you about, don't you want to go do, Rocky Mountain with me now? And he's not. I said, just think about it. Right now we get done doing this. It's 100 degrees out. We get to jump back in our trucks in AC. if we're on Rocky Mountain, we're on sick week, whatever, you got to jump back in your race car, and you probably still got 5 or 6 hours of driving still left to go, and it's 3 a.m. So it's it's not for everybody, but if you really just like to torture yourself, it's a really good time. And it's one of those deals too, just like everything we normally do. If you do it with your buddies, it makes it a whole hell of a lot funner, because with all this stuff, man, we push each other really hard to keep going. And if you don't have that push, sometimes it's very easy just to call it quits. That's for sure.
They're sharing those cell phone guys. That's why he's got to squint down in there like that.
Yeah. Adam does this so it looks like we're the same height.
We're not nearly as far off as Nick and I, though.
Oh, God.
Dude, we had the crowd, the fans that were at Digger Die were really good too. There was a gentleman, and I'd never met him, but I think I'd met him before. But he followed us on Facebook or YouTube and stuff. But he brought his son over, and I think his son was he was probably 5 or 6 maybe. And he was checking out the truck. I think they got an S10 and stuff. And I said, dude, go ahead and get in and jump in and check it out. And he gets in there and he kind of scoots the seat up. And, he's 5 years old. He really ain't that much shorter than me. And he's in there pushing buttons and shit. And I was like, all right, dude, I say, hey, bud, you want to start it up? And show him how to do it, flip it down and fire it up. And he fires it up. And we're sitting there and he said, can I rev it up? And I'm like thinking to myself, okay, this could go good or bad, because he's not a very old kid. Right, rev it up might just mean floor it to 8,000 or 8,200 when it hit the chip. But I was like, yeah, no problem, buddy, go for it. I said, just be easy on it. And he was like, and he just probably sit there and rev tuned it for about 15 seconds. And he loved the heck out of it. And so I got him out there, and his dad had messaged me yesterday, and his dad, so he's old enough to have a TikTok account. His dad got him a TikTok account. He says, he asked his son, what's he want his name to be? And he says he wanted to be Lil Gap Train. I said, I gave him a shirt and stuff. I had one more medium old school Gap Train shirt left, and I gave it to the kid and stuff. But it was cool. It's always neat when that kind of stuff happens. We got to keep kids, we say it a million times, got to keep the kids interested in this stuff. These damn electric cars are going to take over otherwise. So if we don't keep these kids interested in this kind of stuff, we just won't have a sport at some point. So we got to keep them going.
What do you think, Chris?
I don't know. Everybody answered my questions that I was going to answer, or I was going to ask you. Actually, there is one question. So now that there's obviously a lot of rubber now down again from this, because that's probably the most amount of cars that's ever went down that surface, what do you think it's going to do when you guys go back in December?
It's gonna get fast.
Yeah.
I mean, when we say fast for backtrack, but it'll be pretty fast. It'll be like Milan. How Milan gets good when the sun gets off of it.
Yeah.
It'll
definitely
be
very similar. It's crazy to think the times the first time they went down there were like 7.0s and 750s, and it's literally the same surface with just a little rubber on it, but everybody's figured it out so well. You can go so much faster, but yeah, I think it'll get pretty good in December.
Back to the kids being interested.
if anybody,
here, man.
if you had a car that could run 590 to 650, you could have went this weekend and went rounds with a little bit of luck and a good light. It's just, I think a lot of people get worried about going, but anybody would have had a shot.
Mm-hmm. For sure. This was the one.
Yeah, this was the one. If you were a little bit under horsepowered compared to the other guys, but you knew how to make the chassis work and be consistent, this was the one to be at.
Yep. And it just goes like that sometimes, right? I mean, you never know. We've done it. It's so easy to talk yourself into not going. Like, we don't do a lot of front sides, like almost none, because we feel like a lot of times we haven't tested a lot. We don't have a lot of data. I'm particularly a little bit underpowered probably on a front side, but then you hear what guys sometimes run, or you see the cars that win, and what you've been around them, and you're like, son of a bitch, like maybe we could have done okay. So try not to talk. It's just don't talk yourself out of going racing because you don't think you can compete.
And that's not the right. If you don't think you can win, that's not a reason not to go.
Right.
Because we got our ass kicked for years.
Lots of them.
Yeah,
Way
that's
more
not
than
a
we
reason.
won.
You don't just pick the ones out that you think you're going to go because you got it in the bag.
Yep. Yeah, you won't be doing any racing then. Go
Nope,
take
I
some
agree.
ass whoopings.
Absolutely. It's the only way you're going to get better.
Mhm.
And race fast cars. That's how you get faster.
Yeah. And I agree.
Can you say that again? Can you say that again for the people listening that didn't hear that?
I mean, that's probably one thing that is, again, that helps us all in our own group get faster. I mean, there's never like a level of we get mad at each other if I'm not the fastest or Sean's not the fastest, but it's still the competitive nature that I want to be the fastest one in our own group. So, it never fails. We go out there and I'll go and make a pass and it's like, oh, hell yeah, first one down, if the shit went fast. Then I come back and one of these other two dicks just went like a 10 faster. I'm like, oh, son of a gun. Like, it just makes me want to try harder. So the next time I go down, that I can go as fast as they go right off the rip and whatnot. So it makes us sharper too, beating up on each other all the time in a healthy way.
Well, yeah, still sharpen still, right? So
yeah,
you got to help each other. And then I want to back up just a second, like you were saying. So if you go 590s to 650s, you can be competitive at a place like Digger Die going backwards.
100%.
When the sun was on it, yep.
I think a lot of people, which I know they go a little faster, best case scenario, but I also know a lot of people, for whatever reason, maybe you guys have heard this before or not, because I tell people this all the time, and they always act like I'm dumb, but a lot of people, I love the people who always add half a second to their time.
Oh, man.
I love the guy who will go to someplace like Digger Die and tell you they want a 5-teen.
Oh, yeah. Or they went 160 or some shit like that. Like, there's some people you can lie to about times and mile and hours, but there's a lot of people that you can't. And sometimes others don't know who they can tell that stuff to and who they can't tell that stuff to.
Because like my favorite thing was the big one last year in July. The two finalists, they were arguing a little bit back and forth. And the guy that won said he went. What did he say he went? I think he said he went like a 20 or a teen.
Dude, you know how hard it is. It's hard to go a 20 on a radial prep. You have to have a serious car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I like both those guys, but Parks was like, dude, you beat me by half a car, and here's my draggy of a 590 or 589 or whatever. You know what I mean? But that goes to show you legit that a 589 was in the finals last year when they had the 100.
And that's true. Yes.
28 or whatever cars.
Yep. Exactly.
So there's a ton of you guys and gals out there that can get out here with some work and be in the mix. I ain't saying everybody can get in there and win, but don't let it intimidate you.
Before we did the backtrack stuff, when I first started racing with these guys, they did radial prep, and one of the biggest things they looked forward to every year was going to Lights Out. And they spent all this money, and they'd go to Lights Out and get whipped every just knowing they were going to go there to get whipped. Nowhere in the realm of winning anything. But the point is, this racing, these guys could build a car and actually be a part of the big show. Yeah. We were at Lights Out. We were the guys that just went up to keep the track warm.
Right.
Until the important people came up. You can build a car and be competitive and actually be a part of the whole big show.
Yeah.
And everybody's super welcoming. I mean, you out of 111 cars that entered, 100 of those people were very nice. You got a couple of jerks, but most of them are all nice and just happy you're there.
Yeah. And they'll tell you, if you talk to a lot of the racers, they'll tell you a lot of, if you're a new guy trying to get in, most of them will give you quite more information than you would expect to help you get started. Because same deal, we want to race a lot of people. It's not fun going and racing 5 cars. So we need more guys to race with us. There needs to be more guys doing it.
I agree.
And again, just that feeling like at lights out, same deal. When you roll into the beams at like on Saturday in the evening and you can't see anything but people and you got to park the people to get in, like Dig or Die is that kind of a race. And I guess honestly, Uncaged, I think will be in a similar. A lot of these kind of races are that way, and it's just exciting to do, and the atmosphere is just you're very amped up. I know his son went for the first time this time with us. This was Dylan's first time, and I know after a couple of the big wins, like they were so amped up, like just hands like trembling because it is such an adrenaline rush to do it. And if you haven't been around that kind of stuff, like that, I mean, that's why we do it, I guess, too. But you don't realize how you get really pumped up from it. So we do it so much now.
Speaking of my son, so it's the first time he's came and helped. He works for me now. He's been in the Air Force, came home. And so he was learning how to line us up and how to pour our puddles. And you guys know Travis's car in show mod is like spotless. You're only allowed to look at it for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want you to wear the paint out. Well, Alex goes up and he's nervous. And Travis's bottle with his stripper glitter in it has no lid on it. It's a squirt bottle, but no lid. Or no, where you can shut it off.
Yeah.
So for once, he grabs a hold of it and accidentally squeezes it and sprays stripper glitter all over Travis's dash. Right before Travis is ready to go do his burnout. And I know Alex was like, "Oh crap! Like, do you have a rag?" And
Yeah.
But I bet he he couldn't believe he did it.
Did Travis realize what happened?
Oh yeah, he saw it.
Oh my gosh!
Unclenched yet?
He will stroke out. Like,
He did pretty good.
Has he unclenched? Yeah, has he let go of the steering wheel yet?
I think he didn't have enough energy left to be upset because we all brought mini bikes or like scooters because you have to ride, quite a ways, what, a quarter mile?
At least
to get down to the starting line. Well, Travis brought a bicycle. And
it's a big hill to get up.
Yeah. Dude, he had no energy left by the time there was no fight left in it. So it worked out pretty good for Alex. Plus, he knew Alex was very nervous about going up there and doing it. He was worried he was going to mess something up. You're standing in front of all those people. And he was pretty nervous, but he did awesome. And it's really cool because we were able to show him exactly what we want. He did it. And we just kept telling him, look, if you mess up, we're never going to blame you. Because if you're not here, we're getting out of our car and pouring our own puddle. And that's way worse than him doing whatever he's going to do.
Yeah, that's what we try to always tell the guys. Like, look, we there are some people we know that race and the crew that help them. They get people get upset with their crew because they didn't do something exactly perfect, and they get mad at them. And it's like, you can't have that attitude with your crew. You can't have, if you're a driver and not a tuner, you can't have that attitude with your tuner. Like if you're working with us and you're helping us, like you're helping because I trust you 100%. And if you point me towards the freaking wall, that's where I'm going to go because I trust that's why you're putting me there for some reason. If I'm pointing that way, it's because you think it's apparently swinging the opposite way as soon as I let off the button. And we don't get upset if, things didn't go right, we lost. It ain't because you put us in the wrong spot. You did the best you can, and we trust your judgment and stuff. So, some guys get very worked up over things like that. Yeah, thanks, Mike, too. I've seen Mike Simpson's comment. Mike's trying to get into this. He's got a really cool second-gen Trans Am.
I saw it on his profile pic, yeah.
Yeah. My only problem is it's not on Leaf Springs anymore, but that's okay. He wants it easier within 4-link life. I get it. I'm holding out. I'm going to be the last buggy spring car left. Me and Billy, I guess.
Nope, I'm on Leafs.
Hey.
Oh, I guess you're right. I forgot you are right.
I'll tell you what. It may not always do it first round, but usually by second round, Adam 60 is exactly what I'm doing or better.
Sure.
I mean, so
it's taking a minute to figure it all out. They're definitely a different animal, but once you understand how they work a little bit, or you've basically have tried everything and then you've narrowed down the selection of what works, basically trial and error, then it's not too bad. The changes needed to get it to work on different surfaces and whatnot is way easier at that point than a 4-link, honestly. But yeah, it takes a lot of time to get there, or unless you're just already some kind of loop spring genius. But it's taken me a long time.
I'm not, but I'm glad I got people like you to lean on.
Hell yeah!
At least, but they forgot the M.A.K brackets. Got to have the M.A.K brackets.
Oh yeah, get that long stuff up front. Hell yeah, leaps and cow tracks, but that's almost all you need. That's a good set of shocks, and then there's just a couple other little things, but it's pretty simple. That's for sure. They're just hammer them with power.
Yep. Was there anything else? Everything went pretty smooth, right?
Yeah.
There weren't like nobody hit the wall, I don't think, right? Nobody wrecked.
I feel like there was one wreck, but there wasn't no wrecks?
Yeah, I don't think there were any wrecks.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
They make you stay away from the wall there. That track's really, really wide. Like extreme. What'd they say? How wide is it? It's some stupid. It's like,
you got
like 60 foot wide or some shit. So you have like a 6 or 8 foot gap on each side of the lane to the wall that if you cross, that's actually one of the few places where if you can cross on the wall side, you're not allowed to play the wall. So they like to keep you off of that.
Yeah.
As wide as it is, though.
They let people pretty much sit on the wall pretty far down.
No, they cut that out this time.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, I got yelled at. Me and Bradley were standing on the wall, and he looks right over the microphone. Get off the wall! I'm like,
oh no!
Oh, man,
there's an even better. I was sitting there, and it was probably right before your run because I was up there getting ready to put you guys in the beams, and there's this kid standing on the wall right across the starting line, and Kinson's like, "Kid, get off the wall!" And I'm looking like he kind of looked like he was on his dad's shoulders because he was kind of up tall. And I'm like, he's not talking to that kid because that kid ain't moving. And he goes, yeah, kid, I'm talking to you. And like looking right at him. Now I'm like, okay, it's that kid. That kid just like, don't you look at me like that. Get off that wall. And that kid, I mean, it took him. He had to yell, like, dead faced at him, was like, come on, baby, come over. Like, this kid must have been like 4 or 5 years old or something. And he had to like threaten to beat him up to get him off that wall. That kid was not going to budge, man. He was all about it. It was very funny. Yeah,
I appreciate that, Marty. I try to do what I can. I'm a public servant.
Just providing services.
Bad cholesterol and shortening their lifespan through delicious food. So
I had to yell at kids. I had to yell at kids to get off the wall this weekend. That was fun.
They don't listen well, huh?
What Gunner was it?
I don't know.
Yep.
No, I don't think so.
Better not been Gunner. Me and him's best buds.
No, it was there was just a bunch of kids. They were like leaning over the wall and they were like sitting like inside of like the track. And I'm like, get off the wall.
God.
I'm like, get off the wall. There's cars coming.
Starting line. Gap train has more travel than Gravedigger.
That was Matt, ain't it? Yeah, that's a Matt Bruner.
Matt's made a couple real good memes here the last couple of days. I've enjoyed them.
Matt actually makes all of our gap brackets. He's got a water jet, and it's like I don't want to screw it up, but it was like a 5-axis bender cutter shit thing. It's awesome. That makes the M.A.K travel stuff. So Matt's a great dude. Helps out a lot.
Tag me in those memes, Matt. I enjoy memes.
We got his car at the shop trying to get it finished up for him. He'd be ready. Oh, no. My phone died. Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
I think
you're still there. What'd you do? What happened? Oh, now you're gone.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I know. I was expecting that meme to get shared to like Boot Collar or something, and it'd be some fucking bullshit to read.
Which one? That one that he's talking about?
I think it's the one that the baddest motherfucker in the world or something like that, or something. I can't remember what it was. I expected somebody to take it and go do something with it yet, but they haven't. But now that I said that, somebody's probably gonna go do that. So,
Whoa. Matt, we're about to be friends because I want to see these memes. Let's see. Oh, baddest man on the planet.
yeah, like that. That was the one I'm talking about.
That one.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not lighting that one up.
Well, yet. Oh man. Oh man.
I do like this moo meme.
Oh god, that's good.
Oh shit. Let's see.
That's awesome. Well,
I'm getting them the link now.
mm. Oh man, I feel like crap.
So they'll be back on here in just a minute.
Oh,
So give them just a minute and they'll be right back. They're getting it sorted out. Eric, my man.
oh boy.
Did you see that?
No, but I'm only thinking of what's about to happen.
I definitely can't share that one, but
Oh, I did see that.
I didn't see that.
There we go. All right.
And we're back.
Yeah. With a
The Obama
Charge
phone
phone.
didn't make it.
Yeah, I did see that. That I wasn't really going to talk about it, but
No, I'm not talking about that at all. But that was fun. That meme was funny.
it was. I get it. I get it.
what do we miss?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
I was sending Matt a friend request, and I was checking out his meme that he made of you
Ah,
and sharing that with everybody.
Oh, bro,
Did
I'm
you-
sick.
did you find any butterflies while we were gone? Yeah. Yeah, I was laughing at that. We were at Wendy's when he sent that one.
Yeah, I'm surprised that's not on Blue Collar yet.
I try not to share
Lord.
anything like that.
Oh, believe me, the internet will do it for you.
I know.
Oh man.
Oh man, so where were we? I mean, I think we're
Yeah.
pretty much about wrapped it up anyhow, right?
Yeah, but
Everybody out on
I
the
think we
stage.
have. Yep.
So-
Flag. There goes that height thing again. Oh, okay. Now I know how it works.
There it is.
Okay, nice. We're ready to
Nice.
go for another hour, Josh.
Keep looking around.
Shit.
How many
Hey,
people
we've
are
been
watching?
known
Two.
Chris is like, shut
127.
this shit down, man.
No, we got 127 people on here.
Oh, what do they want to know about? We'll talk for hours.
Oh boy, you don't want to. I don't think we want to get deep into that.
I did ask you one thing they want to know about, but that's on you guys.
What's that?
Everybody wants to know Everybody wants to know about the split.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Well,
And
I
to the
mean,
next question.
It's pretty.
it's in simplest terms, 40-year-old dude marries a 20-year-old girl, and at some point in your lives, your paths are just a little bit different. So, me and Nick are just at that point kind of right now where for him to do what he really wants to do doesn't really match up with what I need to do for myself and my family and stuff. So, at the end of the day, we're going to be able to go both do our own things and still be friends with it all. And, we're still at our shop is in the same place. We're literally across the driveway from each other still. So, not much has changed there or anything. It's just, what we'll be doing on a daily basis. My stuff is going to be just like it always has been. Nick's going to be probably a little more adventurous, trying out different stuff, which, is good for him. He's 20 or 30 years old now. He is finally getting up there. He looks like he's 50, but he's not really quite that old. And, he doesn't have
30 is almost past the adventurous stage, but he's still hanging on.
But he's like in his mid-young life crisis. And, you only get so many years that you don't have kids and you don't have girlfriends, or he's kind of got one of them now, or you don't have, big payments. You ain't got a house. Like,
He's got those too.
he doesn't really have a house. Yeah, he doesn't, he's barely living above a nomadic type of person. So he can do a lot of things that I can't do because I have to make sure I pay for the house that my kids live in and that my wife lives in. And we got to be able to feed all them dudes, man. They're all getting hungrier. My kids are getting bigger now and they eat a lot more. It's really getting expensive to go Texas Roadhouse, let me tell you. So, it's a different deal. And it's good. I told him it's good for him to be able to go do what he wants to do. Now you get twice the content. We still did I made another channel, and I really appreciate it. I know Bill and Billy did a lot to help share that around. And we got a bunch of videos on the way out. But, so now you get twice the content. You'll get Nick's content, you get our content, and hopefully it's decent. And you kind of get 2 for 1 on that deal out of us. We've done a lot together. We've done a lot of things over the years. And, none of that needs to be forgotten. We've enjoyed the hell out of it. It's just for a minute, we got a couple of different paths to go down. So, yeah.
We're all happy doing what we're doing.
Yeah, and at the end of the day,
he just wants to do something different.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's what it's really about. For all of us, it's doing what's making us happy and what we enjoy. And life's too short not to do that. So yeah, that's the clip notes.
It was a political speech. I see that look on everybody's face. But really, over the last year, that's really what it has been. He's just slowly. You could just see that we all kind of had a different path that we were slowly going down, and it finally just is there. There was no fight. There's no nothing like that.
Yeah,
he's doing something different.
Nick. One of Nick's great traits is he is an out of the box thinker, and he is a guy that's always kind of looking for the next thing in a lot of ways. Where I'm older. I don't like change. I'm getting to be an old grumpy man at that stuff a little bit where I don't, I'm really happy doing backtrack racing. I'm really happy just doing what I've been doing and having what I have and whatnot. Nick's, he's always looking for that next big challenge and the next thing that's going to be hot to do. And I'm just ready to settle down a little bit, sit on the back porch, and he still wants to run around, and we can now do both and it doesn't matter. So.
Win-win.
Win-win.
What is the new channel?
So it's still M.A.K TV. So it's basically the name and everything's the same. We went into this stuff together, of course. Nick did a lot of the social media stuff ahead of time. That was kind of one of his responsibilities, and he's very good at it.
This is his idea.
Yeah,
also
100%.
He wanted the YouTube channel.
Yep, and he's done a great job building it. So part of our thing was Nick was going to go ahead and keep the existing social media platforms. They're very well established, of course, and he just renamed them, and then I just kind of started over on that front. So it's been very good. I mean, a ton of good support. I think it's only been up for a week, and it's already I think I have 13 or 1,500 subscribers, and we got 1,000 watch hours, and just less than a week, which is really badass. If anybody's tried to do YouTube stuff, like those numbers are very small, but the amount of work it takes to even get to those numbers is unbelievable. Like where, Billy, Bill, some of these other guys that do YouTube, it's insane the amount of time and effort it takes to get to the little level where like I'm at and where we had taken M.A.K to this point. To get to their level is just a whole nother deal. And it's a long fight. It's basically like doing racing every weekend. I mean, it's like doing, drag and drive, doing drag week every fucking week of the year. It beats you up and it's hard, but you try to keep going at it. It's cool when you go places and people either are, inspired by things you do or like to learn about the things that you've shown them. That's always a really neat feeling. And, something at least motivates me to try to do more of it. And
We're going to try it. We enjoy watching Billy and Bill's videos when they're showing the daily, what they're doing to prepare for races and some of the things with the truck or the cars. And so we're going to try to do a little bit more of that also, just show people
behind the scenes
what goes into it.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what we like to watch. So hopefully other people like to watch that.
Find out.
Well, here's the link. And if you don't click this link, I was having a little bit of trouble finding it because it kept bringing up Nikki Bobby.
I know, right? I had to go in there and try and move some tags around and do some stuff. And I think as a little bit of time goes on, it'll be somewhat easier to find it, of course. But
yeah, but there's the direct link, so make sure you go over there and subscribe and hit the bell to get all the updates.
Yeah, I know Zach's working on the Dig or Die video this week. We're going to be a little bit out of line with stuff, but we really want to get that one knocked out. I think it'll be very, very good. For sure. Now we got Zach overworked. So Zach's doing videos for Nick and I, so he's really living his dream, I hope. If you really like editing a lot of footage of two idiots, he's pretty much at the mecca of that situation.
Have Chris do a pump video. Subscribers would jump by ones and twos.
Oh, dude, like some kind of remix, like song video with him freaking fist pumping, man. Those shoes too, I'm telling you. Did you get the shoes added to your t-shirt? That was the only thing that was missing on that t-shirt.
No, unfortunately not, other than there's a green glow around me.
So you mean a remix video like
Yeah. You could do like a Christmas one, sing the songs for everything.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my god.
Always got to make fun of people's defects, don't they?
Only pumps. So my t-shirt just went to my designer Friday, and he's supposed to start making me samples tomorrow. So I should have those shirts by Encaged.
Excellent. Cool. Sold. We'll take one.
Corey knocked it out of the park. He did a really good job.
Stamper?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Badass. I didn't know he did that kind of stuff.
I wonder if he did the Mood Mod shirts.
I don't think he did.
Yep.
Moon with his Vega had a shirt. They didn't actually make them yet, but the first design, instead of saying Moo Mod, it said Mood Mod. MOOD.
Oh, I thought you just started calling that until he's in a mood.
No, it said Mood Mod. And we were praying to God he wouldn't catch on and he would get them made. It would have been awesome.
Yes. Yes.
That's awesome.
Because he's got a tendency to do like, you guys remember Don Vito?
Yes.
Yeah. Moo will break into Don Vito, that gibberish.
Yeah.
I guess today he was mad at a fan for blowing on him.
Yeah.
Bradley told us.
He's quite the character. We're going to try to highlight a lot of Mooisms in some upcoming videos. He's quite, he's something else, let me tell you. He's something else. That dude.
You would have thought him just being at Dig or Die and having Robert's car backfire and Moo winning, you would have thought he won the presidency. I mean, it made his life.
Yeah, for sure. Jeff, so the first car, like, that was, we built that in Horsepower Wars with Nick and I kind of leading the team out there for that with some of our friends. But I think that would have been Mountain Dew we did before that, right?
Well, first no prep car or first race car?
Well, like the first car that we built as a shop car, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah, Mountain Dew was kind of the first one that we kind of did together and whatnot. And then, then the truck kind of came after that as part of going on the TV show stuff. And then we kind of did, along with a lot of the other guys, Uncle Sam, once we got it. Austin and Moo were a huge help on that. And, we all kind of did our parts of it. So, yeah.
Train was built on TV. Old Adam tried to slide that brand new converter.
That cannot be confirmed or denied.
God damn it. That's probably the one thing everybody gives me shit about. That's the one thing they remember from the show.
I mean, I was kind of proud of you. I'm just going to say. You get a little hustle in there.
Yeah, in retrospect, if we were better cheaters, you probably wouldn't make it look so abused. But being very bad cheaters that we are, making it look that bad, it was a little more obvious, a little more attention than it needed.
Yeah. Random smoke from a torch.
Right.
Yeah.
We might have overdid it on that one. We're not good cheaters.
Oh, that's all right. Adam's a terrible liar.
Yeah, very true.
Well, I do remember that moment when he asked you about it, and your face was like, the gig is up.
Did Adam do the high pitch voice?
No, I did the up and look.
He looked in the sky for the truth.
Yeah, I was looking for the truth up in the air, they say now. That's what my wife tells me all the time when I'm lying or stretching for something.
It's like, well,
yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. For sure.
That was great. That was great.
Yeah, if it ever happens again, we're going back. I don't know how. We'll have to make sure we get Nick to go too, but it was a good time.
I thought I heard something about all the winners, them doing a show with all the winners, previous winners. They
wanted to do that. It's really just down to that. This COVID deal really like put a damper on a lot of these small production places' budgets, and they just are really waiting to sell the show again to Mav or whoever, and that's kind of really been the holdup, unfortunately.
Scott says that all the looks when you guys decided to put the turbo on the roof was the best.
It was, man. They really thought. I mean, we probably were dumb for initially attempting it, but it luckily worked out. But man, they really, everybody in the shop at that point was like, "What the hell are these idiots doing? Like, this is some really dumb shit."
When you do something dumb like that, it's either hero or zero.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily you won.
Well,
then it looked,
luckily we, again, that was one of those things. That's one of the things Nick's really good at. That was a super out of the box idea that most people would just not do because they're like, this is just dumb. It's probably not going to work. Doesn't make any sense, and are too afraid to fail sometimes to try things. And, Nick is never afraid to fail, sometimes to not a good point, but he's willing to try anything. And it was a good idea to slam it up there. And, we lived happily ever after with it. And it's just one of those things part of like the funnest thing about driving the truck around, especially when I drive it on the street, people don't know what to think of it. Like they look at it, like the one thing they all do is they all smile and laugh like it's some kind of cartoon character, which is funny, but it does just kind of like, people, they can't be mad when they see it. Like you got to be like happy when you see it because it's like, what the fuck is this thing?
What was it that you? There was something that Nick was wanting to do to the truck, and you didn't want to because you go, it's gonna look like a cartoon, and Nick goes, the turbo's on the roof. Like, what do you mean it's gonna look like it? I don't remember what that was. You remember that?
Oh God,
you were pissed. We're not doing that. It looked like a damn cartoon.
Yeah, well, it was something about. I think he wanted to have he wanted to put the high ram on it or something like through the hood.
Through the hood, yeah.
That's what it was going to be.
You didn't want it to look ridiculous.
Yeah, I didn't want. Yeah, that kid. That is many times our yin and yang. Out of control, just do whatever the hell, no one cares. And I tried to sometimes bring us back to center a little bit. For sure.
You mean like this?
Yeah.
Get his mouth to move. God damn it. I'm never good at this. All right, Chris.
That
No,
was weird.
not
Don't
like
ever do that again.
It's a kid's show. No, that would be extremely loud. Batdorf's F body and the Gap train next to each other, they're both loud as hell.
He even turned it off for race Saturday.
No kidding.
And
Does he got some kind of wild strategy too for like boost building or?
No, it's pros just way of being on the chip. And I mean, at one point, well, in the semifinals, they blew the pipe off the turbo in the burnout. And it took like 20 minutes to get that pipe back on the fucking turbo. It was,
God.
It was a mess.
Yeah.
Part of my weekly maintenance is loosening up the one clamp and knocking the pipe back together where it goes up to the turbo on the truck, because it will sit there and push it apart. To at some point, it doesn't make boost anymore. So I have to hammer it on, tighten the clamp back up, and she's ready to go.
Yeah. It was fun watching him when we were racing at No Prep Kings, and all those people were standing on the right side wall on the right lane, and then people were just getting straight blasted, and they didn't know what the hell to think. Pow, pow, pow. I mean, you can feel it in your chest. I mean, it's constant.
Gosh.
Like your car is like your truck's like a constant big old boom. His is like taking a shotgun, taking like 4 shotguns and shooting it at one time over multiple times. It's pretty funny.
Oh, excuse me. Jeez. Gap Train Sport in Fullwood should get Viagra on board as a sponsor.
Sold. I need more motor. I need all kinds of more shit. I need more horsepower. I can't keep up with him on the big end.
That was the most exciting thing. I think the final round against Jake. Like we said, we knew the 60 was decent, and the middle of the track sucked. So for whatever reason, at like 500 foot out, my car would just hook up and it didn't care. So I took a trick out of Adam's book and just guessed that I'd probably like 3 more degrees of timing there, and just crossed my fingers, and it held. I haven't looked at any plugs, but
they're probably all still there.
They're probably there. It was idling pretty good when we were done.
Picked up 2 mile an hour.
It picked up 2 mile an hour in 500. Yeah, just by adding that 3 degrees from 500 to 660.
He's a little ultra conservative.
It probably
There's
is.
Nick there, which is no conservation. There's me in the middle, and then there's Sean, super conservative. He's way down here. We have to very much talk him into doing stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot of effort.
At that point, I thought, well, this is a lot of money. We're just going to give her hell, and it worked.
See, that's what's good about having friends too. They help you make bad decisions.
Well, yeah, that's why the whole team works. If you have each person adds their own part.
Yep.
And
everybody's got a role.
If you can figure out a way to balance all that out, it works.
Sorry.
I'm a backpack killer on that given day.
There's no doubt. My goal every time I go out is to try to go at least like be right there. If within a half a tenth of Sean, first pass off the trailer, to go down and basically run the exact number I want it to run. His car does that everywhere we go. Fucking thing. He puts whatever number it is, and it goes down every time. When have you ever seen his car smoke the tire? Never. And that's always my goal, to try to do the same thing. And I did do it somewhat at Milan once. But
you ran right with me at that 41 race also.
Yeah, but it took me a minute. Yours is always right off the bat. It's always ready to go. And so that's one of those things, how him being the way he is helps make us all tighten up a little bit and try to get a little bit better, because we're all trying to catch him And that makes us try to just do even better. Because that's always my goal, to get off the first pass to, if I say go this number, it goes that number and doesn't spin the tires or do whatever. And his always does that. And just, there's not very many cars out there in this game that basically are unbeatable first round. I mean, he's fucking almost unbeatable first round. And it's just because his car works absolutely the way it's supposed to. Attention to detail is at a very high level. And, you know, there's nothing that he doesn't do anything half-assed like some of us. So I'm trying to less half-ass my stuff too, so that I can get up to that level.
Adam's truck in the last year has done a 180.
It's definitely
from the, like you were talking about, from the starting line mishaps and the boost cuts, and like your game has stepped up. I mean,
that's all of us making each other a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of
yeah. So, and it's, I mean, at your guys' level, that's such a loaded question, because there's probably the majority of the people at that level are just within a few tenths of each other.
Oh, dude, I only beat Jake by a fender.
Exactly. Yeah. And Jake is very, very, very good. I mean, that car goes A to B. His is very much like Sean's. It goes A to B almost every time. Even when it does have some tire smoke, it still goes pretty damn fast, and he's very tough to beat. He runs a good program. He's a great dude.
Same with Willie dying at the race with Willie.
Yeah, Willie patches.
I knew that was going to be half a car or less.
Exactly. And it was a bumper.
Yeah, it was a good race.
Yes. Their cars always go down first round. They don't spin the tire. It goes A to B first round every time.
Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you, the one that surprised me was that Maverick. He must have had issues the round before, because Adam was telling me, oh, yeah, he was popping.
He had a buy run.
You know, he's had all kinds of issues. So in my head, I'm like, sweet, I finally am going to get my easy pass. I've been racing killers. And he's within a car of me mid-track. I'm in there going, you son of a bitch, Adam, you lied.
Apparently, he decided to make a motor pass on his buy run into the semi.
Oh, my God. That kid he did really good.
His strategy was to completely make me think he was a piece of shit and slow. It worked.
Yeah.
Because that was the data I then relayed to Sean.
I couldn't believe he was door to door with me at the 3:30. I'm like, oh, this is not good.
No shit. Somebody said he was faster early in the day, and I'm like, dude, this thing is not fast. Like, it coughed and puked and barely went anywhere. And then, damn near runs him down in the semi.
Schoolboy is another one. I talk to him probably once a week.
Oh, yeah.
And he's another one of the cars that anytime I draw him, I'm worried.
100%. Because he works his ass off.
He works his ass off, too.
Very smart, very good. We kind of forget about him. So he's been in chassis jail, and his car, it's out now, and he's free, and he's testing, but we haven't had a race him this year, so he ain't been on our brain. But, dude.
At any given day, somebody can, or you might line up with a guy that just decides, hey, I'm going to guess on the light, and I'm going to put a killer tune in it, and then he nails the light, the tires stick, and you can't do anything about it.
Yep. You go on the trailer.
Yep.
That was the Maverick's first race with that car.
No shit.
He did great.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. He did great.
Yep. He plowed through a field of heavy hitters. And that car didn't look like it had a lot of weight in the back. Someone said it didn't look like it had any weight in the back. So I don't know what he's doing, but that's some big rolls. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was fast.
I've noticed people having a lot less weight probably over the last, starting like last fall.
And they might just be getting better at hiding it.
Taking the weight out.
I feel like they're just hiding it better, some of them. And or the track system. Some of the services are getting a little better too.
But I think people are starting to get the suspension stuff figured out.
Yeah.
A lot better than hell. You remember a couple of years ago, guys were cramming 500-600 pounds in there.
Well, I remember we first started doing this, and Billy Goat, the Pinova, the big thing was, oh, man, that guy's got to do – he needs a jack to do a burnout. Man, he's got 600 pounds in the trunk. And it was like, well, I guess a lot of guys do now that you kind of realize it later down the road. But luckily not everybody needs a jack to do a burnout.
Old Clint Turtle.
Yeah, Clint does too, yeah. That's some sketchy shit, that jack burnout stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and all that weight. Jeez.
Yeah, right. And it can be tough. You put that much weight in certain spots, you don't think about what happens if the car makes a move at 130. It isn't very happy about it.
Yeah, which I mean, to each their own, but that's one of the things like the butt hurt bar that I'm not a fan of. You got all that weight way out here. What happens when it turns into a pendulum and drags your ass around? I'm not a fan.
Yeah, there was one thing, you know, the one car that Nate with the UFO. He's a good dude. I was really surprised. One thing I didn't like to see was he did one burnout, like it was going into the semis maybe or the round before that. You know, he in the burnout box. And I get it. Some guys don't wear helmets sometimes in the burnout. I don't know why or none of that shit, but he didn't. He's in short sleeves, like a cutoff, probably had shorts and sandals on. And that some bitch did like a burnout wheelie. Like it came out and drug the bumper, dude, out of the burnout. The door flies open. He ain't got a seatbelt, like nothing. It's like, shit, man. And like, whatever, your own safety's on you in a way, but we all do have to think about at some point, if we're at a big, like Dig or Die, that's an NHRA track. It's Rockingham. If you go out there and don't wear the right minimum safety gear sometimes, have your helmet on, have your damn seatbelts on, wear a shirt with sleeves on it, and you hurt yourself, we're all going to be screwed on this backtrack thing at some point because they can't afford to have us be idiots to the point where we hurt ourselves, you know, because the most basic things weren't followed. So, I mean, I know safety lasts for a lot of us, and I'm just as guilty. I don't have most of the safety shit I need, but man, we gotta. And I don't know why they. I don't know why they even let them do that. Like, it's just not good. Like the way that thing come out of the burnout box on the fucking bumper, and the door flies open. I mean, hell, he could have ran into somebody or the wall or anything happens. That truck's really wild. Like he's super out of the box on it. It's way different, but you know, you got the fuel cell mounted up front. Like it's basically the nose of the car, and it's either methanol or E85, and you hit the wall. We've been there with Uncle Sam. It's not fun. And you don't think about that stuff till you maybe get yourself into that spot. But you get into a methanol fire and you're wearing a cutoff shirt and shorts, and your helmet's not even strapped onto your head and it flies off. It's really bad. It's not just bad for you as the guy that got in the accident. It's going to hurt the rest of us racers, unfortunately.
That's right.
Especially at a big track. At a track that has to carry insurance, they won't deal with that again. We don't. I'm sure we make them pretty good money, but when the NHRA brings their pro mods in or whatever, that's what probably pays their bills. So hopefully some of us will think of safety a little bit better, at least attempt to be safe at some point on some things. Yeah,
jacket, helmet, and gloves don't cost any, don't cost that much.
And use the fucking chin strap on your helmet. Your helmet, if you don't have your helmet chin strap on, you're really just kind of wasting your time. Like, what is it going to do other than fly off and probably hit you again after you're bouncing around in there? I mean, you watch that video of Nick and Uncle Sam, or you watch some of these in-car crash videos, it's nuts to think that you have that little bit of control over yourself in that very fast instant of time. You know, your body goes wherever it's going to go. So bars don't feel good when they bash you in the head, I'm sure. There's your safety speech for the day. There's the old man, older guy, idiot, like, not invincible anymore talk.
Tell him to put a parachute on his truck.
Yeah, I don't hate you. See, I'm not the highest level of safety, but damn it, I'm gonna have my helmet will be strapped. I will have my jacket on. I wear my gloves most of the time. I like to get a next gen soon, but you got to have some of the minimum stuff, especially if you're gonna do bumper wheelies out of the burnout box.
Yeah. And CJ's right, man. I used to be a little more cavalier about that than when we were down there at Edgewater when Nick crashed the 30 and, being 100 feet away from that, running to help him and then feeling helpless on my end.
Yep.
There's nothing you can do.
It gives you a different perspective on some stuff. That young innocence and feeling invincible takes a little bit of a hit on that when you see shit like that.
Yeah. So, and seeing him climb out and still he had the gear, he had all the gear
Right.
Nick's one of those dudes that always wears the full suit and everything. And that was like that one time he didn't put the gloves on. He had everything else on, thankfully. But, yeah, he did have the gloves on, and it cost him.
Yeah, sucks.
So, yeah, bare minimum stuff, guys. Yeah. So, yeah, I agree, Mark. Too many without fire suits, helmets, straps, everything. I mean, I don't think that's a huge problem here in Ohio.
Yeah, I agree. You don't really see it a lot. And, if
more
we're
down
at the
south.
banger, we say something to the driver. Like, I feel like it's somewhat of the promoter's job, too, to also say something. It's your race. It's your event that for some of these guys, dig or die, I'm sure they make money off of it for them. So you're really trying to protect your own investment at that point. Along with, you don't want your racers to come there and leave in worse shape than they got there. But they really should have said something to them.
And after a while, you're friends. I mean, we don't.
Mood's here. Mood Mod's here.
Oh God. I'm pretty sure if you haven't seen the hair on this dude in a while, Moo, show him that shit real quick. Come over here.
This is pretty disrespectful to us guys that can't grow hair.
We're gonna
God dang.
he'll come out of there. We're thinking about doing a reverse mohawk, just shaving the middle.
Well,
uncaged.
We're not thinking about it. He had a bet with us on film.
Oh, that is.
We do get to do a reverse mohawk stripe.
Who had Uncaged, you said?
Yeah, we should debut it at Uncaged.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you should just do it during chip draw.
Good idea.
Yes, let's do it.
That is a good idea.
Done.
Moves
Done.
like, I'm blocking you. Fuck you, Josh.
Can't make it. I forgot I had this thing.
Moo can barely talk. He was cheering everybody on so much they're yelling and screaming.
Yeah, I did not have this.
Neither does
Never
Alex.
got to kill his dog.
You and Alex must have been going nuts on the starting line.
The whole time.
He had like a sore throat all day today.
Yeah, the whole drive home, I could talk. Windows down. Zach's like, what? What?
It
We're talking.
was cool. We needed all of us. Our first goal was to all get through first round, and then to get the win. It was awesome. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Man, how many did
Yeah.
you trick into hanging on here for 2.5 hours, man?
Bro,
You've done pretty good.
We're at 127 people.
Holy cow, man.
They love us. I don't know why. If
No,
you have low
you're right,
standards-
Alex.
It ain't because of you.
If you have low standards, people with low standards will hang out with you forever. It's great.
We're all just friends around here.
That's right.
Yeah,
Me and Adam would be sitting here talking about the same crap,
Yeah,
whether we got a phone aimed at us or not.
pretty much.
See, speaking of people with low
Speaking
standards,
of-
look at this guy, Sam. Sup,
Speaking of
whores?
somebody that needs a haircut,
Yeah, no shit.
Right.
Speaking of haircuts,
Hey,
hey, who will get their haircut first, Sam or Moo?
hold on. Maybe they can both. Maybe we could do Road Warriors. Younger guys probably
Well,
don't
I
remember
love
that.
Moose,
Well,
I
one
think
will
it's a
get one will
financial
get a mohawk
situation.
and the other can
I
get the
don't think
reverse.
Sam's is. Moose either eats lunch this week or he gets a haircut. He doesn't get both.
My man Alex has got it right. He's like, I'm at work. What else am I going to do?
Work.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
See,
Who's over here looking for scraps right now?
yeah, he is. He's like, oh, shit, I found a set of heads over here, man. They're just laying over here. Let me throw them on the mood mod real quick.
We're glad you did.
Yeah. Now he's like, I wish I wouldn't have came such shit to you dicks.
Bye.
And I'm out.
Yeah. He said we pretty much abuse Moo on a 24/7 basis. He brings a lot of it on himself, but I think he enjoys it most of the time.
Yeah.
I hope. The more you fight it, the worse it gets. So the best thing you can do is actually just go along with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
We have a
What
thing
do you
called the
guys
hurt circle, and sometimes if you get in the middle of it, it's not good.
What you guys got planned for this weekend? Anything?
41. US 41, Morocco. It's
That's
on
right.
the west side of Indiana, damn near Chicago.
Another shitty surface.
It's the worst. Like, if you really want to find a place that if you can go there and go down first round, like they do testing all day, which is a good and a bad thing. I like it because my goal right now is to go there on Saturday and to have a tune-up that goes right down it like Sean's freaking does and do that. And there's not very many places you can go to that it's that bad.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get that one, you can damn near go anywhere, anytime and run that tune-up.
Yeah.
And
anybody that's wanting to get better or wanting to test, that's the place to do it.
Yeah.
It's not that expensive. It's super laid back, and it's a crap surface.
Yeah. It don't take rubber.
That's the shittiest surface in America.
What's
Would you
that?
guys agree? So Brian usually says it's the shittiest surface in America. Would you guys agree?
It is.
Yes.
It's
definitely
slower
as
than
bad.
Mentone, right?
Yeah, it's slower than Mentone, especially early. It's definitely as bad as Darlington.
Mm-hmm.
Leaksville was one that's one of the worst ever. It's as bad as that. It's as bad as it gets. Which is bad. It's awesome because you want to figure your car out. This is where you go to figure it out at.
Yep,
that's for sure. Because then you go to Muncie and it's easy.
Yeah,
it really is. If you can go down in Milan, easy. Everything is easy after you figure out how to go down 41.
Mm-hmm.
And when those guys have been racing it for a lot longer than we have too. Like they were doing backtrack before it was cool. And when we first did a couple bangers, they had already did that 41 for like maybe a whole year ahead of time. And those dudes came down and just kicked everybody's ass. And that was why at the time they had already been on that. And even as bad as Muncie was then, it's a lot better now, but then it was all green. They just went down at like nothing. And we were like, what the shit, man? And then you go over there and you figure out why. They've been testing on the Mecca of bad surfaces. So, yeah, you get a test from like 11 to 4, and then first round of small tires like at 5. So, yeah, it's a good place to come figure things out.
Mm-hmm. And then Friday, we had I don't know if anybody's watching that lives local to here, but Rack and Helens in New Haven had like a big fire. So they're doing a car show kind of deal on Friday, right? To try to get money for the people that haven't been able to work there while they're repairing it.
Yep.
So anybody that's close to here, go downtown New Haven Friday night.
Yeah, we're gonna have all the cars there and stuff hanging out. It'd be cool.
I just wanted to say this hair is magnificent. Okay.
Oh my God.
Anyways, I'm not gonna be on here long. Sean, congrats. That's freaking awesome, guys. You guys
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Awesome.
Could you turn your hair down?
Can I turn it down?
Yeah. No, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it. And it was again, it was all of us. Every round, it took all of us to figure out what to do.
In between the Hoosier No Prep, we were watching the live stream, so it was pretty cool. It was good to see you guys working hard and taking the win. Like, holy hell.
Thanks, Sam.
Thanks, dude.
Hey, I saw Avery bet $500 on me, and I know that crusty wallet doesn't open up very often. So I was actually pretty. I thought that was awesome that he had that much faith.
We were talking in our group chat. He made some money that night, and he's like, "I'm throwing it all on Fensler." I'm like, "Do it."
Dude, my kid won $500 for the weekend on the fucking starting line. He bought $500 in 4-wheeler junk today.
Hey, Pat Sparkman's kid, we were on the starting line at Hoosier No Prep, and he's like, "I want to flip quarters." I'm like, "Okay, fine, I'll flip quarters."
God.
We were doing it for 1s and 5s, and he took $20 from me. I'm like, I'm done. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I don't know if I should be worried that I'm raising a degenerate gambler at 15 years old, or if this is normal. But
we got another surprise guest. Ron put my motor together, Adam's motor together. Who else? Nick's.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of them. You guys know the one that's in my car. I cut the oil filter every like 12 oil changes. That motor probably has 200 or 300 passes on it.
Dude, at least.
I used to keep track. It's at least 300 passes on the same build.
Where's your 6-liter at?
And that one's still running also.
Yeah.
Yep.
Northwest Auto Machine.
He cracked the code. Yep.
But Josh, I literally just saw that you sent me the link to this. So I was like, oh, well, now I got to join if they're talking about the hair. I got to get on here. But I'm out of here.
See you, dude.
See you later,
guys,
man.
Congrats. Super
Thank
cool
you.
to see you guys win. We'll see you guys at some race soon. I'm sure of it. So
See you, buddy.
see you guys.
See you, bub. Anybody from Matt going to War in the Woods?
Well, I'm sure we're going to be there, but I like to keep my truck in one piece, and that, hey, the guys that race it, man, is badass. It is. It's a tough track to get down at times. That we were there last time. The lanes are just a little bumpy. It's that's the challenge of that track. Everywhere you go has its thing. That's the challenge, and sometimes the bumpiness of that track can be the challenge of it.
Also, it goes back to having to change so much on your cars.
Yeah.
Where a couple of things, working as a team made us successful, and deciding to do basically one style of racing and not you can't do radial prep, front side and backside and do really well. And if you just want to go race all those races, that's fine. But that track has a potential to go fast, and it's such a change for our cars that we just don't want to do it.
I'm sure we'll have customers there again. We'll be helping out. I enjoy going there. It's a hell of a race. Like Jeff, it's like way over the top. It's very, very good. It's a spectator race.
Yeah, we'll go watch.
Yeah,
if we're not racing.
It's a spectator race. Like, it's something to go see. The track is like when we used to run it back in the day, like when we first started going there, it's one of the neatest places to go to because you're just in the middle of nowhere and you're down in a valley. And I love old school, like little tracks like that. So like it's an awesome spectator experience. And it's cool that there's a lot of guys that really enjoy racing that event.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely want to go there and watch.
If you were normally like a front side no prep guy, that'd be the perfect.
Yeah, I think you need to be an experienced driver too.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do some wheeling down there. It's a challenging track at these speeds.
It's you go very fast that first 150 feet, and then that's when it gets challenging.
Yeah, that's when the party starts.
As soon as the party, yeah.
Sometimes you smack the wall and go 530 at 90 backwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just part of it.
We're down to 19%, and I'm getting antsy. Are there any other questions?
Yep, I'm with you. I got to be up here at 4 o'clock. I'd like to relax a little bit before I go to bed.
Damn.
Is there anybody you would like to thank for just anything for your guys?
I try on every post to thank the guys that have helped me, and I'm not going to go through it because I don't want to forget a name. But every time that I win a race, I tag all of them. And again, it couldn't be done without them, and it couldn't be done without our team.
Yeah, our whole crew of guys are just badass. They put the work in when it's not easy to be a crew member. A lot of times, a lot of the guys that crew with us, some of them, Austin, when he started, his car wasn't done, so he crewed, and Chase crewed. Moo crews a lot of times, and a lot of them are guys that want to race, and they just car in together, so they're crewing for us and helping out. And you can't do it without them, and there's not a lot of glory in it sometimes because you don't win any money, you don't get any recognition, from stuff. But we do try to help them out a lot of times with some money on stuff, and because we appreciate what they do.
If we win money, we have a split between the guys in the race, and then we always make sure we try our best to cover their gas and food and entry. And luckily, our wives will help bring food for everybody, and the crock pots and sandwiches and pop. And basically, if we didn't have them, we would go there and pretty much be dead by the end of the weekend. We wouldn't eat, we wouldn't do anything. Sure. So everybody that races knows it takes your family, your friends, it takes everybody to make it work. And we just are lucky enough that they're all dumb enough to keep doing it with us. Yeah,
we do. Ron's great with us on putting motors together. When we tear shit up, he always gets it fixed quick for us. Brandon, low dollars, huge all the time. Brandon's a great dude. If you haven't done any work with him, it's just because you haven't had a chance to work with him. You really should. There's no better dude in the world. Robert Young from Force Performance, we hear from him all the time. He's always watching what we're doing, and we're always trying to do our best, and it helps make him look good sometimes too. But he really cares about his customers, and enjoys watching his products do very well.
Mhm.
So
And he's so open to if we had a issue or anything, Robert doesn't have a big ego, so he's gonna listen and try to fix it. And that makes it really nice.
for sure.
And I had my first experience with these guys have been using RPM transmission for a really, really long time. And I always use Cone because I had a friend that worked there. The last tranny problem I had, Cameron got me in, took care of it while I was there, did a couple upgrades. Like I haven't had that good a customer service in a while.
They're one of the best ever. Anybody that's dealt with RPM, you know what I mean? It's unbelievable how good they are and how well they treat everybody.
Mm-hmm. They want to know who the guy in the background is.
It kind of is, ain't it? What the shit, man? His night gig is apparently doing some modeling on automobiles.
He's back there. Would you just look at it? Would you just
Yeah.
look at it?
So I guess since we started, who else? Obviously Stripper Glitter takes care of us everywhere we go.
That's all we use.
Yeah, and let's
Never
see.
heard of them.
Never heard of them.
VP Racing Fuels, get you some of that M5 that nitro, change your life.
Yeah. I still use the cheap stuff. I use M1. I'm a cheap bastard.
That M5 helps out us guys with little turbos to make a little bit more power. Just not quite enough, but a little bit more.
I run the poverty fuel.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's the long of it.
Marty Jacobs says, thanks for a great show, everyone, especially Chris Lane for all the hard hitting and well thought out questions tonight.
Thank you.
That's a long time listener, first time caller right there, dude.
I'm pretty sure he's got like old school or something's on the TV in the background. That's what's in his earbuds. He's just listening and watching a movie.
So I put the link up one more time to the new YouTube channel.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
If you're on the old one, stay subscribed, for Nicky Bobby. But this is the new one for Adam and the guys.
TV.
So go over there, subscribe, hit the bell so you get all the notifications.
Hey, couple more videos coming out this week.
Couple more videos coming out this week. They'll be at 41 if you want to see them race. And Matt says, let's get a pump to wrap it up, and I couldn't agree more.
Dude, never. Dude. Look at that guy. That's right. He's looking right into our soul right there. It's a perfect stop. You need like laser beams to come out of his eyes now.
All right, everybody, have a great evening.
Thank you.
We're gonna close with this. So that you can enjoy that for the rest of the evening, this image. Have a good evening.